Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. I got no complaints. It was a pretty smooth day all the way around. And I am looking forward to getting into some more Kingmaker. I am really enjoying our live stream playthrough. I've already got thoughts on some of the content coming down the line that'll help some of you who have had issues with previous playthroughs that you've tried to do of the game. What's up, Vin Spirit? How are you, dude? Elsie, what's good? Silver, always good to see you, man. What up, Wine Guide? Oh, Elsie, you got open playthroughs of Kingmaker, so you never finished this game? I highly recommend you go ahead and finish it, dude. It's an amazing title. Let's see, share my screen. Camera looks like it's in the right place. Let's go ahead and pull that up. And then this, and then this, and then this, and then, yeah, let's get it cracking. What up, So Cold? I'm tempted to play Kingmaker again, just watching it play. Nice. Although I always play a kineticist, the floating seated idle position was too cool to not have. I've never played a kineticist in this game, but I've heard it's bonkers. I might give it a whirl. We'll see. Yo, happy new year to you as well, Silver. Appreciate you signing back up as a member, dude. What up, Marcus? How are you, man? Been loving the live stream. Glad I found your channel. Hey, I'm glad you found it as well. Happy you're having a good time. What's up, Pinsler? How are you, man? Dequanicus, what's good, dude? Thought the game broke you yesterday. No. Absolutely not. I was ready for Divinity today. No, there will be no breaking. I'm finishing this game. I will not allow this game to break me at all. We're definitely gonna get through this. What up, Quintech? How are you, dude? Lordrin, what's good, man? Good to see you. You're on a 3-stream streak. You must be enjoying Kingmaker. I'm glad to hear it. All right. Wine Guide, I got my ass beat multiple times yesterday. Multiple times, and just barely got out this fight. but we made it happen. We made it happen. And I finally recruited Octavia. That was awesome. Thanks, Lord. I'm glad to hear it, man. What up, Dave? How are you, man? Let's see. There's more prisoners here to free. Oh, I guess could they? I wonder if they could have helped in the fight. Maybe, probably so. Oh, but you know what? This is where the main mage was, so it would have been hard to get through here. Grease was tripping him more than the enemies. Yeah. I feel like Grease should be an effective tool for me, you know, and I don't think I'm using it wrong, but man, there's definitely been a couple of times where I felt like it was more trouble than it was worth. All right. So you know what? While I'm here, so we have you.
Count on me. I'm listening.
Am I going to keep Valerie around? Valerie has 20 AC. I really need to get your AC up. You're the one who's supposed to be the true tank. And you're not doing that for me right now. I need bark skin. This will change once I have access to bark skin. That'll really help. So there's a future where you're amazing. We're just not quite there yet. Let's see. Even though this is +1, it's less apparently, so we'll let that go. Can you wear? I assume this doesn't. Right. You're divine, so this shouldn't impact you at all. Grease was hilarious in the skills and Shackles game. I ran 1 point all the enemies with grab abilities. Nice. What's up, Bird-Tie? How are you, dude? There's a song I might have you react to, but it's rough to listen to. Send it over. Tristian can't wear armor. Looks like he can. He put it on. He loses all his spells. Oh, he does?
Something bothering you?
Yes, he does. All right, well. I thought if it wasn't in your proficiency, they wouldn't let you wear it at all. Am I misremembering that? Huh. Part of the subclass. Interesting. What up, Rain? How are you? Yeah, I picked up Octavia. Finally. What up, Sierra? How are you, JP? I want to check out Kingmaker, but I've only played Wrath of the Righteous. Are they comparable? They're comparable, but Wrath is definitely further along. So you could see how they refined many things from the way Kingmaker was. But Kingmaker is definitely still worth experiencing. Deacon, what's good, man? Been a wild couple of nights lately. I hope that's a good thing for you. Hope everyone started off the year just as amazingly. Yep, I got no complaints, man. No complaints whatsoever. All right. This is an S-stock quarterstaff. Yeah, none of us use that. It's a regular long sword. Okay. So you're set up fine. I think I'm gonna keep you as a vindictive bastard, even though I'm completely unimpressed with it. I'm not gonna keep you in the party all that long, so I don't feel motivated to take the time to figure out what else to give you. For now, I'll leave you where you are, even though I feel like you would help a lot more if you were with Aristil, but it's so contrary to your character that I won't do that. Amiri, on the next level, we'll figure out whether or not we need to respect her. I think she's the one I need to have a pet. Mage armor rings, anything that gives a not armor bonus. And I can start putting mage armor on them too. His archetype blocks spellcasting when it does. Gotcha. Okay. A wand of mage armor. Yeah, I actually think I have that. It felt like I picked that up at some point. Maybe not. Maybe that was my imagination. I swear I did, though. Huh. Okay. But I mean, he does have mage armor, or somebody has mage armor. Let's see. It's not you. Is it you? Yeah, you've got mage armor. So I guess mage armor lasts a long time, right? Yeah, it lasts 1 hour per level. So yeah, I think I'll start putting mage armor on my Eidolon and make it more of a tank. No, it's not on his belt slot because this is magic missile. And then these are just scrolls. And nobody else has a wand on their belt slot. So yeah, must be my imagination. Oh, you don't have a weapon. You need like a crossbow or something that you can hold around. But you'll probably, for the most part, you're going to use your spells anyway. So it's not that big of a deal. Okay, and you know what? I can go ahead and put Scorching right here. Because if someone's going to use it, it would be you. And copy that recipe. Cool. All right. Taylor, are you into card games at all? I used to love Magic the Gathering, and we've talked about potentially playing Magic the Gathering on the Discord before. But we haven't done that yet. But I don't know if I'm into it the way it is now. And also I keep hearing that Magic the Gathering has become like this huge money sink where they just purposefully set it up where you have to buy tons of packs and sift through garbage cards. So, you know, that also makes me hesitant to get involved with it. Same way I'm hesitant to get involved with like Warhammer figurines. Like I could be that guy buying figurines and trying to paint them cool colors and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like I'm gonna get sucked into that same money pit that other people are in, and it's not gonna be good for me. Never able to get into Kingmaker. Tristian has the best portrait in Kingmaker. It's definitely one of the best. If I had to pick which Pathfinder game deserves a movie and suits it more, I go with Kingmaker. What's up, Ultron? Due to it being a lot more straightforward and without all the paths of Wrath of the Righteous coming in. I do enjoy the grounded nature of Kingmaker a little bit more, but I love Wrath of the Righteous a lot more mechanically. And I think just overall, it's pretty obviously the better game. And would be much less expensive, outlandish for a movie series than rap. True. Hey, feel like a lot of TCGs are getting money hungry. Very possible. What's up, Sanity? It's definitely a pit. They call it plastic crack for a reason. Nice. Oh, what do you mean use proxies? Okay, now I cleared this whole area, right? I'm pretty sure there's nothing else we need to find around here. Okay, so we got everything we need here. Only thing is, do you have any? Okay, so you still got all your heals. Oh, that's what I was looking at the build. So you're fine. You're fine. Well, yeah, we'll wait till next level to deal with you, and then we have you. It's you I'm not satisfied with. So let's go back to Bag of Tricks, and we can. Where's money? Neon, what's up, dude? Appreciate you following me over on Twitch. I can give myself 1,000 again. 1, 2, 3. Money, and then respecialization. And I think Lindsay got more, if I remember correctly. Here, hold on, let me check on that. How many points Lindsay Kingmaker? How many attribute points? Lindsay is a 20-point buy character. Okay, cool. So we do not need to change her alignment. And let me make sure I select the right character. Lindsay, there we go. You hated the kingdom management of Kingmaker? Yeah, it's a lot more cumbersome than even Crusade management. I think they had a better spot on the minigame sections in Rogue Trader. If you're not playing in the tournament for money, like just for fun, most groups will let you run fake cards. Oh, that's interesting, because they'd rather play against you than your bank account. What up, Randall? Oh, take care, man. Appreciate you stopping in. What up, Johnny? Take care, man. Have a good night. You hate TCGs in general because of how it's treated. I much prefer the LCG style that fantasy games did for their games. So wait, what's LCG? 20, okay. So that's Lindsay. We got same portrait. She's still a halfling, same look. She's also still gonna be a bard, but I want her to be a Dirge bard, I think. What does Dirge bard lose compared to a regular bard? Regular bard gets versatile performance. Oh, she can select one of these skills. She receives a number of ranks of skill equal to half her bard or scald level. In addition, she uses charisma modifier in place of the ability modifier the skill would normally use. Oh, wow. So she could be my perception queen. That's interesting. Then there's also Thundercaller. You can use a performance to unleash a deafening peal of thunder. Wow, it can go up to 9d12. That's actually kind of crazy. LCG is a living card game. So instead of random packs, you buy sets that are always the same. They're also not competitive, usually story-driven games. Interesting. What's up, dog? Yeah, the Bears all day. You know it. What's good, Vakar? From my early 4 p.m. nap. Nice. Hope you're well rested, Vakar. Scalpers are terrible. There's been tons of parents who take their kids to buy a packet of the new Pokemon, and these scalpers would have been waiting there to take everything as soon as it comes out. So the kids can't get them? Crazy. What's up, Ann? How are you? I think I'm going to be a Dirge Bard. Dirge Bard gains a bonus equal to have his Bard level on knowledge. Oh, religion checks. Oh, that's interesting. Made to identify undead creatures and their abilities. And more importantly, she could use her mind-affecting spells to affect undead as if they were living creatures. Very, very nice. In addition, she can add 1 necromancy spell from the spell list of any arcane spellcasting class to her list of spells known as second level and every 4 levels thereafter. Interesting. She receives a bonus to intimidate, saving throws against fear. This penalty increases. Use about to cause dead bones or bodies to rise up and move fighter at their command. But the skeletons or zombies remain fully animated. You know what? Ooh, fascinate. You know, even though I really like the idea of her powers working against the undead, this feels very contrary to her thematically. I feel like Thundercaller might be a little bit more acceptable. Imagine your daughter grabbed Pokemon set. These parasites and they're grabbing everything. That sounds extremely unfortunate. You want to go on a Pokemon card delivery heist? Feel like I always have to use a leveling guide to play Pathfinder. It can be a lot. It can absolutely be a lot. What up, Keck? How are you, dude? Court Bard might fit her theme. Court Bard. The Court Bard takes up the role of resplendent proclaimer and artist in residence at the hand of nobility. A Court Bard can use the performance to undermine the confidence of enemies who hear it, cause them to take a penalty on attack and damage rolls. Ooh, and a penalty on saves against fear and charm effects. Whoa, that's interesting, but what does she lose? Wait, so does that mean, she would not have Inspire Courage? So she loses access to Inspire Courage. That's a big deal. That's actually a big deal for me. Can suddenly ridicule a defame specific individual. Takes a -2 penalty on charisma checks. Oops. Mockery is language dependent. Interesting. Glorious Epic. Will save. Save renders them immune to this ability. Trying to make them flat-footed. Thematically, I like this, but mechanically, I cannot let go of Inspire Courage. Man, maybe... Yeah, it looks like Court Bard gives you Satire instead of Inspire Courage. And I don't like the trade-off. I'm not a fan of the trade-off. Obviously, she should be a brawler. Nice. The mod comes with Dirge Bard. Yep. Let's say someone needs to walk me through installing the mod. The installing the mod is not difficult at all. I think it took me like 5 minutes. The street value of a 4x4x4 crate of Pokemon cards. I never got into Pokemon. I got a huge box of Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I used to collect, but never got into Pokemon. But these are all cards from like 1995. Cards most people probably don't even use anymore. I feel like the Dirge bar would work for her since she is so into stories and ancient heroes. Whoa! That's a way to look at it. She's not like some evil necromancer trying to raise the dead against their will. Her stories are so powerful, she calls upon the legends of those tales and they're willing to fight on her behalf in order to continue their stories and further expand what she writes about them in her book. I like that. I like that quite a bit. You know, I know those cards could be worth money, Wine Guide, but I looked online and I felt like none of the cards that I had would sell for a lot, but I would really like to be able to just take my cards to a place and be like, hey, here are the cards that I have. Tell me if any of them are actually worth anything. Check out what you got. Yeah, I probably need to. Mage for Fate, Holy Grail War. Lindsay equals Fate Summoner. I do seem like a Yu-Gi-Oh guy. That's hilarious. Let's see. I need to max out charisma, right? And then she's probably also going to need some dexterity. She does not care about strength. I don't want to dump it too much though. She need, oh, does she need a little bit more? If she does this, yeah, a little bit more intelligence. Does she need, I mean, if you dump wisdom, it's going to make her susceptible to things I don't want her to be susceptible to. I could dump this more to get more points. But you know what? No, we'll leave that as is. Definitely trickery, definitely perception. And then I think she's the one who's supposed to be focusing on knowledge world for me. Oh wait, doesn't she get like a crazy bonus in lore religion because of I thought this class gave her a bonus in lore religion in some sort of way. Oh, she adds a class level to all knowledge and lore skill checks and may make all knowledge and lore skill checks untrained. But I thought it gave her so. Oh, here we go. Gains a bonus equal to half bard level on knowledge religion checks made to to identify undead creatures of their abilities. Okay, so nothing I actually have to be worried about. Okay, so trickery is what I want for her definitely, and then perception. I see now somebody was saying that it's better to have Octavia focusing on trickery, and I see the appeal now. Because I could, and I'm probably just going to go ahead and respec Octavia. Because now that I think about it, she should be an Arcana. She could do Knowledge World. Here, hold on. We could have, Octavia's probably the one who should do Knowledge Arcana. But she could take care of Knowledge World, Religion, Perception, and Nature. Only thing I don't like about this, somebody needs to focus on stealth, right? I think stealth is important. Yeah, I made her into a Arcanist, one guy. Go to the Dice Dojo in Edgewater. Is Dice Dojo a real place? That they might just lie to you if any of them are valuable and try to buy them cheap. I probably wouldn't sell them off of just one opinion. Like if they told me, hey, I'd buy this from you, I'd immediately go ahead and get a second opinion. They're all junk and buy it for you for $5. True. I feel like Thundercaller is a solid option for really any run. It's a great class, not OP like Demon Slayer, but very solid. Nice. I love that Ranger class where you use fire as your element. What Ranger class is that? Okay, so let's see. Knowledge World, Nature. Yeah, someone had to focus on this. I think she's good for it. Religion. Tristian actually kind of has that on lock. He doesn't need help with that. So I'm gonna actually take off religion and she'll level up stealth. And then somebody else needs to focus on mobility because I assume that comes up in checks as well. Yeah, but it's a card and board game shop that is really good. Interesting. Dice Dojo. Okay. I'll have to check that out. Okay, so let's see. Who's got perception right now? Amiri has perception and Tristian. I think I'm going to take off perception and she'll get mobility. She will focus on mobility, stealth, because there's nobody else who's really focused on mobility. Damn, -4, Mary? Good Lord. -8 for Valerie, too. Yeah. So she'll focus on mobility and stealth and knowledge world and lore nature. That will be her focus. And then I feel like I'm probably going to end up doing this again, but it's fine. Okay, what do I want her to focus on? The effects of your bardic performance carry on even after you have stopped performing. You know, that's actually been important in a couple of fights where she died, but the song kept lingering on. I'm pretty sure I do like that. I also, though, want her focusing on enchantment, which means she needs spell penetration. But I think I remember you all saying you don't really need spell penetration right up front. Enemies that are more defensive in that way come later. So I think, oh, but you know what? She definitely also needs precise shot, right? Yeah, so that her shots actually land. So let's start with that. Damn. Spell penetration is late game. Okay. If you plan on using dazzling display on a Miri, yeah, then persuasion is a good pick, as Outcap merged it together alongside bluff. Oh yeah, for a Miri, yeah, if I decide to go that route. Interesting. I'm not sure. I'll have to look at that. Just checked, it's still around. Apparently has a 4.9 review score on Google with 1,000 reviews. Oh wow. Okay. Dice Dojo. Oh, you posted that website? Excellent. Okay. Here. I will have to stop by there. This new update from iPhone is so weird to me to get around. I don't know why, but it's tripping me up constantly. All right, Dice Dojo. And you said it's in Edgewater. Okay. Edgewater. All right. I'll work it out. Big card shop here is 401 Games. Nice. Oh, Flame Warden. I never used the Flame Warden much. Interesting. Lingering performance triples the number of rounds the performance lasts for bards. If they sing them for a turn, then stop. So wait, the bonus and penalties for your bardic performance continue for 2 rounds after you cease performing. Oh, so I could just let it run for 1 round, and then if I feel like I know the fight is about to end, it'll still go for another 2 rounds. That's interesting. The effects of the previous performance cease. You know what? Okay, because I do plan to use her songs pretty regularly. We'll go ahead and pick that up. Thank you for the call out. Let's see. Instead of, I'm tired of grease, we're going to take sleep for you. You're going to focus on sleep, a much easier one to make use of. And then we'll also get cure light wounds. That and complete. And then some more Bart. And there we go. And then only 3. So mobility, stealth. And we'll take nature for now, because Secrets of the Grave. Yep, we already know about that. That's fine. What? Yeah. Oh, maybe we don't. Oh, that's right. You get 1 necromancy option. Call Sphere. Chill touch, hex vulnerability, inflict light wounds. Here, we'll just take Call Sphere and be done with it. And then, what else? I like, oh, that's close range. Ooh, I do not like that. So I guess we will go ahead and get grease just so we have it available. Sure. Rift, the MMO, had a cool bard class. Nice. Glad I never got sucked into the iPhone Apple trap. I call it a trap. iPhone update, you talk about iOS 26, the whole liquid glass thing. Yeah, it's kind of weird, Kadrissa. It's kind of weird. I'm having a little trouble getting used to it, but maybe I'll like it at some point. But right now, it's not it's not appealing to me very much. All right, now we need to finish her again, and let me just check to make sure. Octavia, there was something weird about the amount she gets, right? She gets 33 total points, significantly more than the player character's standard 25-point buy. Right, so 25 points is the maximum we can get for her, though, right? So that'll just have to do. And submit. All right, still stay half elf. Whoops, she is an Arcanist, more specifically School Savant. And we decided to go with Divination. I might change that at some point, we'll see. And we said she definitely needs intelligence, but she also needs charisma, right? And then she also needs a wee bit of dexterity. And I don't remember how I did this. I might have went 17 in intelligence. Yeah, I think I did. I think I went 17 in intelligence, unfortunately. We will take trickery, which is no longer a class skill for her. Oh, but I think she's going to get a feat that'll fix that anyway. Oh, you going to come into Chicago this year for a conference? Nice. Played a Pathfinder and Starfinder org. Play games in Chicago last year. I have to check this place out. Nice. Nice. You can go the Angel Mythic path. You can roleplay it very thematically. Nice. That's interesting. They do open board game nights on Wednesdays and have one of the largest board game libraries in the world. Really? I wonder how far that place is considered to be from like actual Chicago. I've never been to Edgewater before. Trickery, and then what else is supposed to have? Lindsay does not have any perception. Interesting. We don't need to give you perception necessarily. You definitely need knowledge arcana. And then you got one other option. So we can go ahead. I guess we will go ahead and give you perception then. And then next, there we go. First thing, skill focus, and we will give you trickery. Get a +3 on all checks involving trickery. If you have 10 or more ranks in trickery, this bonus increases to +6. Works for me. Whoops, that is not cool. Then next up, we could, hold on, how's this work? Could you take, so is this considered to be, this is a skill focus. Okay, so that's all we could do regarding trickery for now. We decided we need both precise shot and point blank shot for those, for the missiles that I like to use, right? It's in the city. Okay. Interesting. Brahmar stop on the red line. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. I'm going to have to check it out. What's up, JV? I made her into a school savant under Arcanist. Edgewater sounds like an Elder Scrolls town. There was actually a town called Edgewater in the Outer Worlds 1. Kind of sure one of the pre-made player characters had more points too. What's up, Sarah Bonde? I think it was the brunette guy with armor, flail, and shield. Oh, okay. If I respec him again, I might have to check that. Let's see. Precise shot. Oh, we get another. They're saying, wait, no. I chose this. This is precise shot. That's what I want. Okay. They want me to manually click it. No problem. What do we choose here? Definitely don't care about necromancy. And then I think, did I choose illusion here? Or I might have chose abjuration. I don't think I chose abjuration. Did I? I might have chosen abjuration as the other one I didn't care about. So we'll just go next to see how this works. Yep, definitely. Reduce person, sure. Where's enlarged person? We'll take that as well. We'll take some sleep. And there's nothing else here that really moves me, I don't think. I guess we'll take grease, might as well. And we're good. Take another Arcanist skills. So we definitely want to keep up with trickery. And we'll keep up with perception. And here we go with you. What, if anything, do I want? Sure, we'll take protection from alignment. And I guess we'll take snowball, sure, and complete. Okay, you're done as well. Now, all of you have your spell book. Yep, your spell book is taken care of. You don't have anything. Your spell book is taken care of. Your spell book I already took care of. You don't have any spells. Your spell book, part of it is taken care of. Part of it is not. Favorite spell schools, we don't have any, but we do have these. Wait a minute. I feel like before I had more slots. Why does it seem only 2 slots? All right, fine. I'm not gonna worry about it. And we'll let that go. Do you still get? Okay, you do get acid splash, so you're good. Okay. Interesting. You have more grease in your party than a cheap diner. Hey, look. It pays to be prepared. Stunning barrier for more AC? Potentially. We'll see. All right. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. For now, this will do. Are you still running her as a scorching hellfire ray machine or a more supportive role? Kind of both. I'm going to focus on being the scorching machine, but she's also taken the divination school because it significantly increases her initiative. And so I am going to give her some crowd control stuff that she could throw out right from the beginning if to help give the rest of my party a break. What's up, Billy? For your anti-T, but Welcome to Dairy was fun as hell to watch. Recommend. It. Yeah, so Welcome to Dairy was nice. Cool. I really enjoyed the first movie of the 2 new ones that came out, but the sequel I felt like didn't live up to what the original one did. So it's good to hear that Welcome to Dairy at least seems to be on the right track. Okay, so we've got our new companion, but we still have not received the random encounter that lets us know this old sycamore is the place that we need to go. I don't know why I haven't received that as of yet. It's kind of odd. But we're gonna go here. We might as well, I guess, go for the Fangberry while we're waiting for that to come up. And that'll allow us then to go back up to the trading post. And we can sell the extra stuff that we don't need. Yeah, let's avoid. Oh, you can fail the sneak pass. Oh, nice. What's up, Plan? Plan never went nice too? Awesome, dude. 1? No, we're not interested in that. You are not worthy of turn-based. Uh-oh. Yes, you are. Okay. Girl, what are you doing? Are you serious? More sword. Okay. Why don't I see? Here we go. Your soul should be over here. You're not charging it to anything. And then she might as well, I guess, go ahead and turn that on. That's unfortunate, deeply, in fact. Yeah, sure. Wow, okay. Works for me. And can she get to you? She can. So she'll go ahead and turn that on. And then make it happen, Captain. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Trying to sneak up on me. I do not appreciate that in the least bit. There we go. All right, let's go. Sheesh. Still recover from whatever bug you got over New Year's. Oh, sorry to hear that, dude. Prepping some 2E rap while I listen. Nice. You low-key like the show a little more than the movies? Oh, really? That's awesome. You say Stephen King is definitely on drugs? Yeah, Lindsay was trying to go in with a fist, and I am not a fan.
Have a moment of respite?
Why am I not getting an indication? We need to find him immediately and deliver him. While we fall, might have fought his art attack or done something else insidious. How do I find him? Or do I trigger? Find an open. Oh, we've got. Okay. So the ring, Fangberry, that's what we're about to do. We already found the temple. No, you have not missed the Stag King battle. I'm still very early in Act 1. Who says she's a brawler? Felt like Kingmaker was missing too many feats and it was breaking my builds, but mods will probably fix that. Yeah, Kingmaker definitely doesn't have all of the things that made Wrath of the Righteous so amazing and so easy for you to manage those types of things. Who has Lord Nature? Is it Lindsay? There you go, +6. Oh, that's a problem though. She's also the one who's got the most stealth. Dexterity. You got a little bit of stealth. That's interesting. And yeah, we need the rations. +5 knowledge world. You are really useless in this situation, aren't you? Let's see. We don't have enough. Oh, yes, using actual ingredients. I just thought about that. Oh, that's a DC 20. Well, here, let's not waste the ingredients. Let's see if this will work. Begin resting.
Your native Kelish is so far away.
Okay,
You
take care,
must have
Kadrissa.
seen so much in your journeys. Why don't you ever talk about it?
Actually, I have nothing to tell. Not everyone who travels gets to have adventures.
That's a lie. Cap camouflage is successful. Beautiful. Lordran, what's a feat that you feel like is missing from Wrath of the Righteous that you would have really liked to see? Whoa. Isaac suddenly awoke inside the house. Dogs were howling fiercely, not far away. It smelled like burning. The wooden walls were steaming hot and smoke was wreathing beneath the low ceiling. He looked out of the window. The instant he approached the window, the glass broke and an arrow hit him in the chest. Falling, he glimpsed a dozen dark figures standing outside. His eyes dimmed. Isaac's skin felt cold. He heard the murmur of the water and the soft lapping of waves. After opening his eyes, he saw a rocky river bottom and a bloated body tangled in green water weeds. The drowned man's empty gaze was fixed upon Isaac. The drowned man's mouth opened slowly and a hoarse whisper said, "Shrike River, Isaac." At this moment, Isaac finally awoke. Drenched in sweat, he told us what he'd seen in the dream. Oh, and this is Nettles Crossing. Interesting. Oh, okay. This is where I need to go, I guess. Cool. So we're right at the spot we need to be. Okay, excellent. For the big update, that Asplin Doc. Doc has deity options. I ran with dragon chains as fixes for that and a bunch of archetypes with dragons. Nice. So do you use a lot of mods for it then, Lordran? I hope Outcat comes back to make Rise, Return the Rune Lords, or Curse of the Crimson Throne. I'll take more Pathfinder from... Whoa, wait a minute. Why am I exhausted? Oh, because of that terrible dream that I had? And that means I gotta rest again, doesn't it? Because I don't think I have another way of dealing with exhaustion. That kind of sucks.
Tristian, tell me.
What's up, Nate? For Isaac, I am a master summoner, which is under summoner. Hold on.
I went on this journey of my own free will, with Sarenrae's blessing. Why are you giggling? Did I say something funny?
What did she ask? Do-do-do. Do-do-do. All right. Where's that log? Here, hold on. Let's go in here first. Because I didn't quite catch what she said. My main character is a master summoner. Lindsay is a dirge bard. The cleric is an ecclesiarch. Amiri is an invulnerable rager. And what's her name? Octavia is a, what do you call it? Is a Arcanist, a school sage Arcanist. What is that thing called? School savant. There we go. And then Valerie is a vindictive bastard. Octavia's an awesome arcane trickster. Yeah, Flan, I agree. And if I didn't go this route, that's the route I would have went. I just wanted to use classes that were from the mod I've installed. Otherwise, I would have went that route. Okay, I have no idea what Lindsay asked that prompted that dialogue. So it is what it is. All right. Isaac is like, Castlevania on Netflix is good. Fangberry Cave.
Our path leads on.
Fangberry Cave is where the swarms are, right? It's not where the were-rats are, correct? I hope. If this is where the were-rats are, this is going to be a problem. But I'm thinking this is where the swarms are. And I'm also thinking that those are two separate places. But we'll see in just a moment.
Repent! Stand with me.
Oh, whoops. Go for it. There's two of them, but that's okay. They're where we want them to be. Wow, except she just took some dexterity damage. I didn't appreciate that. Amiri was a little too quick on the draw. Oh, that we're all messed up. So you two should be out front. Then there should be another layer further back. Actually, yes, you two out front, and then it's the four of you all stacked up behind, because yeah, I don't want any of you getting hit. Interesting. Skin.
Forwards.
Swarms are extremely annoying. Take care, wine guy. Have a good one. This is spiders. Okay, cool. You hate Kingmaker swarms? Yeah, they're brutal. But since I don't have glitter dust, they're still going to be easier to deal with than the freaking were-rats would be. The were-rats are a no-go right now.
We march ahead.
I think I need to get to like level 3 before I can start tangling with them. Now, for no reason whatsoever, how would you feel about were-rats and swarms together? I would not be a fan of that at this point in the game. Later in the game, I'd have no problem with it. By all means, bring it on, but not at this time, no. So wait, does this restorative, shaken, sickened, or staggered? Okay, but he's not going to repair damage, and this doesn't do that either. Okay. To treat afflictions or deadly wounds. What kind of afflictions? You can restore hit points, treating deadly wounds if you exceed DC by 5. No, that doesn't do what I need. Single diseased or poison creatures. Is this considered a disease? Yeah, I think there's a poison, right? And then there's dexterity damage, so let's do that. Okay, so that took off the venom, but it did not repair the dexterity damage. All right. What's up, Ivana? How are you? Level 3 might be too early for were-rats. Yeah, preferably I'd be a little further along, but you need some silver for those bad boys? Sorry, Ivana. One day I'll be able to stream at a more acceptable time. Let's see. For you, and then you. Because I don't know what's right inside of here. All right, let's go. Let's see what the deal is.
You forced my hand.
We will prevail.
Damn, there's a lot of them. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize there was going to be that many. Has she been damaged? No, she has not. And she missed. Okay. And you go ahead and range.
Tear them apart!
That's nice. Flanking and everything. I don't appreciate this at all. All right, Octavia, you have nothing on your bar. Why is that? Let's get all that down. Thank you. And let's also get this down. Thank you. Anything here that I might like? Yep. Spell DC increase. Absolutely. Spellcaster level. You increase the increase the spells DC. This is interesting. Okay, I might use that one day. Wasn't there also insight bonus to its attack skills? Yeah, I might use that. Use heal. I never do that. Wasn't there another that increases the damage of spells you do? Can I do this long range? One friendly target within touch. Nope. So let's just go ahead and do that. Yep. All right. All that for nothing, but he's gonna help. It's weird the way they randomly choose where my summon is going to be. Come on now. It's acceptable time if you're on the West Coast. Oh, I have a cleric. Oh, he missed. That's unfortunate. Let's see. And yeah, there's nothing damage-wise you have available, so you just go ahead and... And there we go, darling. I hope... Here, let me get a little closer, make sure all my peoples are in range of the song. All right, and unfortunately, it's got to be you. Come on now, one. I just need you to hit one. Are you serious, bro? Wow. Okay, you know what? That pissed me off enough. Beautiful. Beautiful. My dog is still up. How? This is close. Yeah, I gotta start using these buffs beforehand. But hey, this might actually work this time since we don't have to actually walk over there. And one of them went down. I'll take it. Lindsay's turn. All enemies, I assume. The spiders can fall asleep. And oh no, they cannot. Good lord, really? That's fascinating.
So it's come to this.
Wouldn't have expected that, but okay. And still nothing, still nothing. And it's all up to you. It's all up to you, and I knew you wouldn't let me down. If there's one person who's about that action, it's Amiri. Woo! All right, and then you. I don't like the animation. It feels like it's much better in Wrath of the Righteous. You see the rays go and then hit the target multiple times. With this, it's like it feels like it disappears in her hand and then kind of magically just appears at the enemy. I'm not a fan of that. What's up, Harry? How are you? Just some extra layers of BS for a new level 1 player discover, basically. Bowls are king in this game like it was in BG1. Yeah, I can't wait until I get Ekandayu. I don't know how I'm gonna fit in my party, but I absolutely will. Here. Even though we don't have to. He didn't have to get up close to do that. That's nice.
You deserved it.
Oh, that's nice. A little bit of that.
Repent.
A little bit of that. And now, yep, fool. Man, you are just not with the action, huh? Woo! Unlike Amiri, who is just all about that action. You're about to slip and fall, aren't you? Yep. You know what? It's fine. It's whatever. Ooh, and my dog went down. That's unfortunate. Who put down Grease? It wasn't her. So I don't need to worry about that. We will go ahead and do some more. Yeah, that animation is definitely annoying. Was it you who put down grease, actually? Actually, it was you. Okay. So now we'll take that off because we don't need that anymore. And we'll chill out. And she'll try put you to sleep one more time. Actually, why bother? Because even if we put you to sleep, we're just going to attack you again. So it doesn't really matter. I was about to say, come on, man. Do something. Do. Oh, Miri, I thought you were going to end this for me. Oh, well. You're almost done. I don't want to waste anything.
We shall overcome.
Miri always comes in the clutch. Mm-hmm. Very happy with her performance so far. Beautiful. All right. So far, so good. Damn, how big is this cave? Let's save that. Oh, whoops. Do we need the... Okay, no, it's already turned off. It's just the residuals. Goods.
Without a doubt.
Didn't they give you the swarm like right up front when the game first launched? Like you just walked in the cave and the swarm was right there? I seem to remember it just being set up in a way where players were extremely pissed off. Speaking of which, ooh, you got some damage too, huh? Strength damage? Interesting. Who's most likely to be throwing things? Yeah, definitely you. Alchemist fire, Alchemist fire, Alchemist fire, and the rest. Oh, you, yeah, you definitely as well. So we'll give you some, and the rest of them, they're in the corner. Okay. Yeah, they reworked this cave repeatedly. Mm-hmm. What's up, Toxic? Are you excited for the video tomorrow called New Game Plus that's supposed to showcase 45 games? Nope, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Bring it.
New Game Plus? Is this one where swarms? Nope, it looks like all spiders. And only, and it's 4 spiders, I guess. Can't believe she did magic missile and only did 2 damage. That's very unfortunate. That's also unfortunate. Okay, yep, the dog will deal with them. And then these 2. Yep. All right, I guess the Edolan will go over here too. Just missing all over the place. I don't understand, bro. I really don't understand. Who's missing all that health? You are. There we go. And Amiri, why can't you? Oh, because they don't feel like you have enough move yet. Okay, fine. And she will help with that. Have I ever played the old Dungeon Siege? Nope. Posted in Discord. Also, thanks, Toxic. I'm not gonna have spells at a level 2 party. You'll run out of burning hands pretty quickly. Yeah, I figured as much. I know. Wow, they just obliterated my Edolan. That's not good. And you still got that. So can we get? No, we cannot, huh? There's no possibility. Yeah, there's no shot because that's close enough where it might hit Amiri. So yeah, let's just do that. There we go. And are you serious? Well, that's annoying.
So it's come to this.
That's helpful at least. Yeah, it felt like 2 or 3 people got their turn before Lindsay was able to join in. Crimson Desert, Blood of Dark Heresy is supposed to be part of it, and the Expanse? Whoa! Do you know what time this is supposed to start? Wow. Well, I guess I am looking forward to it because that sounds like a bunch of stuff that is right up my alley. Booyah! Amir like, what in the hell did y'all think was going to happen? Yeah, we'll help you down here. What's going on, IG? 4 p.m., 1 p.m. is set to go live on the 8th at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so I should be back home by then. I won't be able to live stream it, but I should be able to watch it at the very least. Very, very nice. Whoa! Oh, and he actually got away with it. That's unfortunate.
Let us strike as one.
And this is Isaac. Is he? Yep, he could get a attack of opportunity, huh?
Strike as one.
Well, good enough. And your master's getting hit, and you're still that still didn't motivate you, huh? To come on down. Ooh, look at Tristian actually participating and whatnot. I like that in you. All right, that didn't go well. Can you charge? Yes, you can. Woo! Mary doesn't like it when they run away. She said, "What do you think this is?" Yes, I guess, Deacon, there's supposed to be some showcase called the New Game Plus Showcase. Tomorrow, it's going to be live on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. I didn't know about this. Interesting. Yeah, I won't be able to stream it. Unfortunately, I'll be working during that time, but I'll definitely watch it and most likely do some content on whatever they announce. Maybe we'll get a new date. Yeah, I saw the strength damage to Valerie. Nothing I can do about it. She doesn't do a crazy amount of damage anyway, so I ain't too worried about it. Strength damage on Amiri would be a bigger deal. Yeah, my summons and Amiri are the main ones who really handle business when it comes to damage. And after this, well, I'm gonna head down south to the place I got the dream of, but then I'm gonna head up north and sleep at the tavern. That should clear all this up. But while I'm here, let's do that. There we go. And that was for 6, so yeah, you probably need another dosage. Oh, you know what? What was I thinking? I keep forgetting about you. I'm not used to having like a healer. Yeah, I didn't mean to waste my points on that. All right, there. Yeah, she's just there to tank. Dogs are awesome in Pathfinder into the summons. Yep, that's a fact.
I will guide us.
That's a fact. Oh, is this the way it works? When you hit that bush, all of a sudden they'll jump out at you? Interesting. I bet you that's the way it works. What is this other corner? Let me go here first. Oh. Oh, so maybe it's that I have to hit multiple ones because it just came up with that message.
I failed. I'm sorry.
What you mean you failed?
It's just not my lucky day.
Girl, if you don't get it together.
I failed. I'm sorry.
If you do not get it
I
together.
failed. I'm sorry.
DC 20. So she needs to roll at least a 14.
Applause, please.
I mean, damn. Yep, I know. I got it, Kaiser. You ever watch the other two, Crimson Desert? Crimson Desert actually does look like something that would be interesting for me. I might end up playing that. Yeah, I did. Check it out. What is that? 4 round night. You can treat your allies' wounds. Treating deadly wounds restores 1 hit point per level of the creature. Interesting. Nah, look, we'll just go ahead and do this. Okay. Here we go. Yeah, she did her best. Looks like New Game Plus is creator-led, produced by Gaming World Media. That's interesting. Make it past the spiders and party wipe into the berry bush. Exactly. Like, come on now. Can't possibly be serious. Berries have a time limit. Well, oh, that's right. So as soon as I get done with this, I probably should head straight back.
You forced my hand.
I'm not afraid.
In fact, I should have dealt with this first and then picked up those damn berries, but whatever, it is what it is. Ho ho! Certainly like that. Okay, those are spiders. And ba-boom. Nature skill needs to be high to pick up the berries. Well, looks like I just barely got it done. Take care, Toxic. Want to cure moderate wounds. That'll come in handy. Rare roots. Okay. That was weird.
So it's come to this.
To victory!
Can't do that.
We shall overcome.
You went for the swarm? All right. But they do exclusively focus on the single player action RPG scene. It looks impressive so far, but you got to see it out in the wild, not fall apart at the seams. Yeah, we'll see. Hey, what the US team did with Black Desert Online, the BDO at its core was a damn cool game at the time. As much as this pains me. Whoa. Oh, critical miss. Oh, that's why. Okay, interesting. And I don't think rays work on this, right? Oh, you also got the Alchemist Fire.
Got you.
There we go. Beautiful. That works exceedingly well. All right, now. She is just so inspiring. You have to move more. Actually here, rage first and foremost. And then, yeah, can't charge towards him, so. Woo! All you could do is just cause death and destruction. Death and destruction. Okay.
Onwards!
He hasn't hit you yet.
Stay behind me!
And they won't let you attack. I don't know why, but okay. I'll let it go.
Attack.
Where's the guy wrapped around? Thank God I found you this. They saved me for a lot of pain. Hey, Box, I'm glad to hear it, dude. Glad you found it helpful. If there's anything I can, any questions you need answered, I'm happy to help. What did the summoned dog try to attack the spider? But it looked like it was like facing the wrong way. I don't know what that was about. Why am I not getting a signal that I can attack you? What is the deal? This times like this where I could wish I could turn the camera around, Because I clearly should be able to click on them right now, but it won't let me. Especially since I'm locked in here. Hold on. Do I need a... It won't even let me... Yeah. How is it that I can't attack? Oh. Is he sickened? He's sickened or something like that. And I accidentally pressed spacebar, but whatever. He's like sickened or something's wrong with him. Shaken, dazed, fatigued, staggered, sickened. But I can't get close enough to you. Oh, he was way in the back. That's why. All right. Well, if you're still sickened on the next go around, I'll help you out, buddy.
This is for you.
Is there another spider over in the cut over there? That's not cool.
Serves you
We'll wait
right.
until the second one comes before we... Oh, there's another swarm over there too. Ain't that about nothing? Wow.
They go down!
Wow. Oh, wow. There's... Good Lord, look at all this. What is going on? And then she's not sickened, but they're not letting her attack either. What is the problem? Inspire courage. She's got some strength damage, but she should be able to attack. Well, what's the deal with that? It's one hard mission early game. Yeah, I see. Well, so girl go walk across the back of the day on a no swim. What's up, loafer? Swarms are no joke. Enjoy watching my dog and Rav getting some serious bites on Discari. Absolutely, that's very satisfying. Why?
And a strike is won.
Oh, okay. It was just not giving the indicator that I could attack, but it still let me attack. Well, that's odd, but okay, I'll take it. I am certainly not tripping, and I will get some of this alchemical fire going. Yeah, I don't appreciate this at all, homie. There we go. I hope that lets you know how little I appreciated it. Whoo! The dog said I don't appreciate it none either. Okay. What's going on with the Eidolon? I don't understand what your problem is. What is your boggle? Will poison flask work on these spider swarms? And yes, it will. Okay, excellent. So one swarm is down, and then you got some as well. Beautiful. All right, so far so good. And then we just got you left.
Deserved it.
Well, we don't need to go turn-based for that. Let's just go ahead and make things clear to him. And bam. She immediately does so. Beautiful. Oh! I like that. I like that. Ever play any Gaia? Nope. Don't know anything about that. If I don't remember it wrong, torches work against the spider swarms. I know that's the case in Wrath. I don't know if that's the case in Kingmaker. That's a good call out, though. And another body. Ooh, what is this? Oh, orc double axe. I like that. Should be worth a pretty penny at the store. All right, and I believe that is that. So let's go ahead and get up out of here and head straight back. We're not even going to level up. We're just going to head straight back and then try to make sure these Fangberries don't go stale on us before we deliver them. The odd thing is it's only in this part. Yeah, the swords are no joke. It made people hate Kingmaker. Sure did. Wait, why does it say... Why does it say there are things I can collect here, but I can't? Oh, crap. I never did that? I thought I did. Oh, well. Glad they are marked. Yeah, this was definitely a pain point at launch. Massive pain point. What's up, Q? And yeah, why not remove it all together? That's an excellent question. This game originates from the PSX era of Altus, one of their biggest IPs mostly. Oh, yeah, the only Altus game I've played is Metaphor. I am not like well-versed in their titles at all, but I definitely want to become well-versed because I really, really enjoyed Metaphor. I thought it was an amazing time. All right, come here, turn in our quest, level up, rest, and then we head back out. Whoa. Oh, that's right. We got some companions we haven't spoken to before. With a delighted smile, Octavia inhales the smell coming from Oleg's training post. Fresh bread! I can't believe it. All this time we sat in cages and crawled in the mud. There were places in the world where they were baking fresh bread. And here we are. I bet they have clean sheets, and maybe we can even take a bath. A girl can dream. Get some rest. You deserve it. You can be sure of that. I've got years of rest to catch up on, and I'll be stuffing my face until I turn into a ball. You do so much for us. Is it all because you are kind? Or maybe, the half-elf smiles flirtatiously, maybe it's because you've been charmed by my beauty. I'm taking care of you because you're on my party now. We'll have to save each other in battle more than once. Forget about fighting for a moment. We all need a break, especially you. All right, enough talk. Fresh bread and clean sheets await. I'm sorry. Usually I'd be all about it, but no. My heart is only for the nymph. She is the only one I see. Where is... Uh-oh. Cutscene. Listen, well, since you dispatched the bandits with such skill, maybe you can help us with another problem. There's a feral swine living here in the woods, not a normal wild pig. We're talking about a vicious boar, as big as a bear and wicked as a devil. The locals call him Tusk Gutter. Many hunters have lost life and limb to him. Vekel Benzin found his lair and went to kill the beast, but came back with one leg. He put a bounty on the boar's head, but it looks like there aren't any heroes around here bold enough to claim it. Maybe you will rid us of this monster. Amiri livens up. Hey, we're better than the local wussies, right? Wanna bet I can chop off this Tusk Gutter's snout with a single swing? Come on, let's find out. All right, let's go kill this Tusk Gutter. Amiri gives you a wide grin and slaps your shoulder. Right, that's the way I like it. Let's do it.
Forwards.
Sounds like it. About those tasks of yours, are these the Fangberries you're looking for? After a quick glance at the basket, Boken grabs a fistful of berries and shoves them into his mouth. A smile of delight brightens his face. Ah, Fangberries, so fresh. You've been good to an old man. Thank you. Here, take these potions. If you need more, feel free to return. I'll even give you a discount. Lovely. Shouldn't you level up first and then rest? Oh, yeah, that's what I plan to do. Sorry if I said it the other way around. Only one boss gave you Souls-like rage? Which one? Oh, from P5? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Is Persona 5 considered to be a difficult game? This type of character want to spoil, but Ragonga is the fly in the ointment. Don't do that kind of drama. Cover the words for someone that just said they hadn't bathed in recent memory. Hey, she figures I got a thing for dirty girls. She might be right, but again, our heart is only for the nymph. We will not be distracted. What do you use these Fangberries for? Truth be told, as I've gotten older, I've gotten kind of particular. My appetite is almost gone. Everything I eat is practically tasteless to me now. I can barely force myself to swallow a bite. Only thing I can still taste is Fangberries, so I add them to my porridge or to roasted meat. I even add them to my potions. When I run out of Fangberries, I stopped eating entirely. Fed Lana tried to help me, the dear. She baked pies for me, cooked me fresh fish soup and stewed venison, but I just couldn't eat any of it. I was desperate. Those damn spiders had sucked the last bit of joy out of my life. If not for you, I'd pretty much have starved to death, miserable to the end. Let's talk about something else. Show me what you have. Was there anything I wanted to buy from you? I don't think so. Oh, he's got a wand of mage armor. Maybe that's what I remembered seeing. Okay. Yeah, all that can go, right? There's nothing there that I want to keep. And then S stock. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that. What's this? Short sword. Pretty sure none of us use that. We might use this medium armor. I can't remember, so I'll hold on to that. Oh, that's a wedding ring. Yeah, don't sell that yet. Scroll of Bane. Doubtful I'd use that, but we'll hold on to it for now. Oh, we're about to get 5,000. Well, if we're about to get 5,000, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that Wanda Mage armor. It's easy for me, but I'm used to that type of game. Nice. Is the storyteller immortal? Yes. At least in this game. By the end of Wrath of the Righteous, he may or may not still be immortal, depending on your choices. Don't let him trick you. This man will not level up for hours. What up, Conrad? It's a conspiracy, but I can't figure out which one. Optional content in Persona can be hard, especially New Game Plus stuff. Oh, they got a New Game Plus. Interesting. Wish Atlas would go back and remake their first few games. So Plan, I keep hearing that Persona 1 and 2 are really skippable games that I don't have to worry about. Do you disagree? Are those games you'd or do you feel like you disagree if they revisited those games? Okay, so I got that deal. I'll take that. And then this, you can keep that around just in case it helps. And then, yeah, Mary. Oh, Mary is who I was looking at. So, so this is actually a light armor chain shirt, not chain mail. So actually, you should be able to wear that, right? I believe. Let me, hold on. Let me check. What are your proficiencies again? Bards are also proficient with light armor and shields. Bard can cast bard spells while wearing light armor and using a shield without occurring the normal arcane spell failure chance. So yes, you actually make use of this. Okay, cool. I'll put that on you. And then I don't believe I actually have to read these books, right? So I can sell them safely, I think. And then what's the deal with this? A well-grounded antiquities collector. Antiquities collector. Okay, so, but these I could just, oh wait, but of transmutations and bodily poisons is the one that I have to hold off on, right? Okay. Lindsay can use it as light armor, but she's so weak, equipping it will slow her down. Oh, that's right. It makes her medium encumbrance. Interesting. Something to consider. +2 morale bonus, Lord Nature. Pretty sure you're the Lord Nature character, right? Lord Nature, yep. And then what's the other one you do? Perception. Everybody can benefit from perception. We'll put you there. And yep, we'll let that go. Better read all books before selling just in case. Yeah, you know what? Now that you mention it, that's probably the best. Info, and then we already read this, right? But just in case, do that, and then info, and then what's your deal? Info. Cool. All right, now. Did everything we needed with you. Where do we have a visitor? Jihad Kavkin. Oh, and here's Tristian.
How may I serve you?
Ooh, he has voice acting. Wow. What services do you offer? I can sell you various divine spell scrolls. They're quite useful, even if you don't have anyone in your party who can read them. While you're in this settlement, or indeed any place with a cleric willing to help, you need only open your bag and choose a scroll you wish to cast. I'll be happy to read it for you. However, take care out there in the wilderness. A scroll is useless without someone who can read it. To use a scroll on your journeys, you'll need a spellcaster whose magical training covers such spells, or someone skilled in magical devices. I found the Temple of the Elk and killed the beast there.
Erastu be praised, you finally returned, my good friend. Tristian told me how you helped him at the Temple of the Elk. Thank you for heeding my request. My heart is calm and filled with confidence that I've followed the will of my God. I would like to reward your bravery. I possess no treasure, but please take this as a token of appreciation. As far as I know, your next target looks to be the Stag Lord himself. With the Temple of the Elk cleansed of evil, the fog surrounding us should disperse to reveal the path to the brute's lair. Of course, magic so powerful is unlikely to disappear all at once. Bide your time. Follow up on other concerns while you wait. I will gladly aid you on your noble quest. Erastil himself foresaw our meeting.
Also, Persona 1 and 2 are completely different universes. Oh, that's interesting. Persona's a spin-off game series. Wow. Persona 1 and 2 is still trying to find their footing out from under the SMT shadow. Right, and some of you like SMT more than Persona, right? What's up, Domino? How are you? Distinct sound of impending refreshment. Indeed, Kaiser. Good old Diet Dr. Pepper. Imagine these games fully voice acted. I would love Outcat to circle back and upgrade their original Pathfinder games. I don't know if they ever do it, but it would be amazing. Do you understand the true meaning of your visions now?
I trust in their truth. These visions, they were the voice of Erastil himself. Quiet, but clear. Before all this happened, I believed Erastil had turned his back to me. But now, I see clearly. He has shown me divine mercy, for he has led me to you, and invited me to aid in a fellow priest's deliverance. Lady Sarenrae and Erastil walk the paths of the gods hand in hand, and so must their servants as well. Tristian is undoubtedly still very young, and youth is a time of naivete and confusion. But I see kindness and strength of spirit in him, traits indispensable to a priest. I sense that all that's transpired thus far is only the beginning, and the future promises great things for Tristian and for you. This is why Erastil led me to the Temple of the Elk. Day and night I pray for you and for my young friend. May the stag god lead you down the true path.
Right, Deacon. I had heard that before, that SMT seems to be like much more adult focused and much more, greater focus on combat. So with the greater focus on combat, would you all say that the stories of SMT are inferior to the stories you get from the Persona series? That's enough about this for now.
Wish.
Tell me about the visions that led you to the Temple of the Elk.
That's why I'm here.
Do you understand? Oh, wait.
As you wish.
Tell me about yourself, Jihad.
What exactly would you like to know?
Tell me about your past.
My story? Why not? You deserve to know it. I am a priest of Erastil, and Galt is my homeland. You can imagine what it's like following the teachings of the stag god in a realm torn by discord and strife.
No, SMT is very story heavy. Not at all. Both are good.
Rebellion
Okay,
and
interesting.
suspicion are the pillars of Galt. Led by Erastil, I tried to guide my flock to embrace tranquility.
Philosophical
and balance,
debate on
and
law and
guard them
chaos.
From hasty judgment, until I fell from grace myself. Foolish old Jihad. My misdeeds cast a shadow over my life and service. In search of redemption and a balm for my soul, I took to the road. I had come nearly to despair when Erastil sent me a vision of the Temple of the Elk. I knew that very moment that the stag god had shown me the way to redemption.
What did you do to anger Erastil?
Well, if you truly wish to know, I'll have to start from a long time back. Werewolves preyed upon the lands around my village. They murdered people for fun or sport and left the corpses to rot on the roads. One night, they broke into a young woman's house and dragged her into the streets. One evening, a traveler came to our tavern, tattered and dirty from days on the road like so many others roaming Galt. He sat quietly in the corner of the tavern, drinking cheap ale. And in an instant, I knew he was a werewolf. I felt it in my soul. It was like Erastil himself had whispered it into my ear.
Jihad smiles, but his eyes are dead as stones. And fear is a strong word. I only imagine that's a strong following for a reason. Persona has just been much more easily marketable for the West. SMT has good stories but are more sparse and subdued in their delivery. Persona is more bombastic and much more anime in style. Gotcha. Okay, interesting. What's up, Midnight? How are you, dude? Personally, the Persona gamers are better, more relatable, since the characters are more relatable. SMT is mostly good for combat, while the character story were pretty mid. Interesting. Okay. SMT is also post-apocalyptic in scope, whereas Persona is modern day with crazy things going on. Got you. SMT is more about the themes and the tone, and Persona is more about plot and characters. Interesting. So it seems like not necessarily one better or worse than the other, but very, very different. So it depends on what you like.
Led by Providence, I left to gather my flock, and we surrounded the tavern. The retribution was swift. However, I was tragically mistaken. The young man was no werewolf. He was a bandit, sent to spy on the village by one of the local gangs. We only found out after, when we went through his things.
You should have stayed your hand and discovered the truth before you acted.
Indeed. I remind myself of this every day when I awaken, and again when I go to sleep. I who admonished my fellow citizens for the chaos they spread and the transgressions they made. But then I myself...
Jihad frowns.
Whatever the case, I knew Erastil was no longer pleased with me. It was terrifying.
Jihad's voice wavers. Even now, one can glimpse inside him the remnants of the horror he lived through.
Imagine how my mind raced when here in the Stolen Lands I heard the voice of the Stag God once again. He gave me another chance at service to atone for my guilt. Now I have regained hope, and that very hope is my most precious possession.
What's up, Skeletons? I'm having a great day, man. Hope you can say the same. Meant to circle back to SMT, but I've never gotten around to it. How many SMT games were there? Combat-wise, about Persona, but Persona has better story characters. Got you. What can you tell me about your homeland, Galt?
For some, it is a land of freedom, where power belongs to the people, not to lords or kings. For others, it's a land of never-ending revolution, a realm surrendered to anarchy. It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, Mox, I'm actually really surprised at how much voice acting Jihad has. I feel like I'm getting more voice acting out of him than I have out of some of my companions.
I found Galt a violent place. Crowds eager to lynch a stranger for that accent or appearance, where a single word uttered at the wrong time or place can spark the people to riot and cities to burn.
I feel like this game is similar to Pillars of Eternity in that the voice acting kicks in with no rhyme or reason. Like, there were major moments in the game that were completely unvoice acted, but this rather regular conversation with Jihad has all the voice acting in the world. Doesn't make sense. I do like JRPGs, Nate, so I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy series. Again, I mentioned I played Metaphor, really enjoyed that. So JRPGs, though, they're the type of game where it needs to be a good game, right? Like, I can play a crappy CRPG and still have a relatively good time, but I can't play a crappy JRPG and still have a good time. So I need to feel like it's a good game. But if it is a good game, yeah, I can have a great time with JRPGs. I really enjoy them.
For me, it is a place inhabited by the frightened and the desperate, always suspicious, watchful of trickery. All too often they are deaf to the voice of reason. They cannot grasp that chaos and lawlessness lead only to yet more chaos and lawlessness. All my life I've tried to break through to these poor people, but alas, I don't seem to have made much progress.
Jihad is visibly upset and grows silent for a while. What's up, gamer? I don't know what SMT stands for, but we're talking about the Altus games, the ones that they did before they started the Persona series. Also, there were 5 SMT games. Both Persona and SMT have 5 mainland games. Interesting. So is Altus kind of a 5 and then done type of company? Does that mean we're not getting any more Persona games? I vastly prefer SMT to Persona, but most people don't. I would argue the plot in SMT is just as good, but it's not character focused the way Persona is, which makes sense. Persona is focused on Jungian themes, I don't know what that means, and personhood and social bonds, whereas SMT is focused on questions about the nature of morality. Oh, Shin Megumi Tensei. There we go. That's what SMT stands for. Did you like Expedition 33? I did. It was not too slow for me. I enjoyed it immensely. I did not like the rhythm-based nature of the combat. I'm not good at like Twitch reactions. That's why I prefer turn-based games for the most part. And so that aspect of the game didn't appeal to me, especially towards the end. But I love the art, the writing, the music. I thought the main storyline was fantastic. I really enjoyed Expedition 33. Carl Jung. What is that referencing? What's up, Travis? How are you, man? Mr. Going Live Now, going to bed. Hey, appreciate you on the like. Yeah, if you all enjoyed the stream, I would definitely appreciate you hitting the like button. Or if you're over on Twitch and haven't already, definitely subscribe. Or you can sign up for free on Twitch if you have a Prime Amazon subscription. I would definitely appreciate the support. Have a good night, Travis. Told you about Crimson Desert like 10 times. Yeah, but you tell me about a lot of games, so I don't see all of them. So some of them I see. Crimson Desert I missed, but I saw it now. Apparently it might be something I have to check out. We'll see. That's enough for now.
Wish.
Tell me about Iristil.
Of course. It would be my pleasure. Erastil is one of the oldest gods of Golarion. His faith emerged when the first people appeared.
Best cleric domain.
Erastil helped our ancestors cultivate the land and hunt. Even now, his blessing lies with those who uphold the old traditions and keep to simpler ways, far from civilization and the noise of the city.
What's up, Spider Spawn? How are you, dude? Hey, man, good to see you again. Oh, it's good to see you. What level are we? I just reached level 3. Also, I backed the Kickstarter for the Pathfinder action RPG. Vaults? Nice. I've seen some of the recent progress. What are your thoughts so far? You know, I'm kind of withholding judgment. I'm just sharing information as I get it, but I've never done a full playthrough of that type of action RPG, like a Diablo style game before. So when it comes out, it's going to be a completely new experience. So it's kind of hard for me to judge what I'm seeing because I don't feel like I have a true understanding of what does and doesn't work in those type of games, you know? Whereas if it was a CRPG, I'd be like, I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I feel good about this. I don't feel good about this. You know, I don't make those kind of judgments. I just kind of share the information as I get it and then let people decide whether or not they're into it. 1 second. Carl Jung is a famous psychologist. Famous in what way? What was unique about him? Known for his profound theories on the unconscious, including the collective unconscious, archetypes like the shadow, persona, anime, animus, self. Oh, interesting. Okay. Nice. Oh, you're getting the Steelbook edition of Crimson Desert? Nice. Take care, Rain. Glad you're able to join in. Have a good night. SMT roughly means reincarnation of the gods. It's 41 years old as a franchise starting. Wow. It's crazy that Altus has been around for that long. He is a psychoanalyst with views that diverge from Sigmund Freud as they ended their collaboration. Very commonly referenced historical thinker. I might have to look him up. That sounds interesting, actually. Wait a moment. Cities have their strength as well, don't they? Civilization fosters science, trade, and invention, and in that it often improves life for all of us.
Tell that to the peasant robbed of all he owns, spending his night in the gutter, hoping to live to see the sunrise. You won't see such things in a village.
That's true. Jihad mournfully shakes his head. Well, you do have a point. Indeed, cities can be places of evil and wrongdoing.
I'm glad to hear you agree. These days, many are deaf to the wisdom of generations.
What does Iristil demand for his faithful?
The word demand does not befit the stag god. Honesty and friendship, loving families, merry weddings, and newborn children in their mother's arms, they bring a smile to Erastil's face. He loves his people.
That's
and
not what my
rewards them
undead
with
archer told me.
fortunate hunts and plentiful harvests. But he has no temper for sloth and vanity. He never bestows gifts upon his faithful without first measuring their worthiness. We ourselves must win our daily bread, but the stag god comes to our aid in times of need and strife.
He's very interesting. He also inspired the famous Ingmar Bergman film, also called Persona. Interesting. Okay. All of the Persona and the metaphor stuff was based on his works. Wow. Basically, thinkers get in the heart of what makes the thinking man, their motivations, influences. Yeah, that sounds like it'd probably be really, really easy stuff. Interesting stuff to go into. A lot of id and ego stuff. Interesting. Okay. I've always had respect for Erastil and his priest.
I see it more clearly every day. Erastil himself led me
Erastil,
to meet you.
not Erastil.
The king's
Erastil.
spirit will
Erastil.
serve you well.
To each their own. I want to ask you about something else.
I am happy to help.
I need the help of a cleric. Okay, so he's got a bunch of scrolls, and he also sells diamond and diamond dust. So if I wanted scrolls of resurrection, I could get it from him, but that's 12,000. I'm straight on that. He's got scrolls of remove paralysis. I don't know when and if it'll be time where I'll need to stack up on that. But for now, I'm going to save my money. Okay. Good to know this is here, though. And Tristian, what's your deal? Tristian smiles as you approach. Greetings. How may this humble chosen of the great Sarenrae help you? See what I mean? How is it he doesn't have voice acting, but Jihad does? Like, that's wild to me. Tell me about yourself. About myself? I wouldn't know where to begin. Tristian pauses for a moment in thought. You know my name, my faith. I follow Sarenrae, and I have traveled from the Padisha Empire of Kalesh to here. What else do you want to know? Forgive me, but your manner and appearance, you don't strike me as a Kalashite. Tristian smiles softly. You have nothing to apologize for, truly. I have received my name and appearance from my parents, who had come to Kalesh from afar. I never knew them, for the fate had separated us when I was young, so I grew up in Kalesh, raised by the followers of Sarenrae. My home is where my heart is, within the temples of the great goddess, among the wise and generous men that took upon themselves the care of a child that was so unlike them. I learned mercy and patience at an early age, and it is these virtues that have made me the man I am today. Do you enjoy traveling? Tristian nods, his eyes light up. Oh yes, no library or no archive, however large, would have ever allowed me to learn as much of the world as I have in my journeys. It was only outside the temple walls I realized every living being is a world unto themselves, a world where many contradictions and passions coexist. Each realm leaves its mark on the lives that live there. Only by visiting it, by breathing the same air, walking on the same soil, can you understand its people, what drives them, what frightens them, their dreams, and how they honor their gods. The priests of Erastil that you meet in rather righteous are such weenies, especially in comparison to Jihad. Carl Jung is also more on the philosophy rather than science, but he was one of the first people to talk about personality testing and to organize personalities broadly in a scientific way. Persona is mostly about self-acceptance and discovering one's true self. Really? This all sounds, man. That's interesting. I might try to do something where I read more about his works while I'm playing the game. This sounds like a very interesting subject to do some content on. What's up, Owen? Do you ever find the deities between all the various properties start blending together? There's only so many fictional gods with silly names I can keep track of at once. It's like some of them do, but some of them don't. Like, for me, Remigan from Pillars of Eternity stands out very much so, right? Because of his amazing voice and being all about the end of the world and death and destruction. He comes off as very distinctive. Whereas, and in fact, to be honest with you, all the way around, I feel like Pillars of Eternity did an amazing job with deities where they feel very, very distinctive. Whereas with Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous, some of the deities are distinctive and then some of them, they kind of just mesh in. Like for me, Desna is very, it comes off as very like distinctive, even though a lot of what makes up her character, what she professes is very similar to other deities. The characters who follow her are so distinctive to me that it makes her stand out more. But Iristil as a deity doesn't really stand out. No. Once my friend played Persona and all he was doing was taking pictures of schoolgirls in swimming outfits, that's wild. Stands out compared to how Haram speaks about Grodus. Right, like Grodus feels different because of how Harem deals with him, you know? Like when I look at him from that lens, I'm like, wow, I haven't seen a relationship with a deity in this fashion. Mogren stands out because of Durance's relationship with her, right? The hatred that he has for her, feeling like she essentially betrayed him. All of that is really cool and distinctive from what I've seen with a lot of other deities and other properties. Iomade stands out because she actually came down. You spoke to her, you know, like you could shake her hand. You could align yourself with her. You could turn against her very directly. Most of the time, deities are kind of just pie in the sky, you know, like you don't ever have that kind of direct interaction. Persona is like Pokemon, but with gods and mythological figures. So if you ever want to punch a CEO in the face, would literally say there's that. Nice. Doesn't being outside the temple make you uncomfortable? Tristian shakes his head. There are many ways to honor one's gods, Isaac. It's true, shrines play a role in the lives of many other faithful, but even more find other ways to serve Sarenrae. The healing light values good deeds above all else. I cannot stand by and watch evil claim others. Tristian thinks for a moment, then raises an eyebrow. Perhaps that is another reason why I chose to go on my pilgrimage, leaving behind the temples of Kalesh. Tristian touches his chest. My faith is in my heart and in my hands. Millions honor Sarenrae in her temples, and my soul is filled with joy when I think of their devotion to the goddess. Nevertheless, my path is a different one. Do you know where you're going next? No, my thoughts were far from it, for my mission here is not yet done. Tristian stares at you in surprise. Why do you ask? Do you wish me to leave your lands? To the contrary, no. Of course not. You are my comrade in arms. I trust you completely. Tristian's face lights up. Thank you. I am pleased I can be of assistance. Let us discuss something else. Tristian lowers his head. Forgive me if my stories have bored you. I am not accustomed to speaking about myself and, in truth, take a little enjoyment in it. What can you tell me of Sarenrae? Sarenrae is the goddess of temperance and patience. Solar flame goddess teaches us compassion for the weary and mercy to those who go astray. What would you like to know of her? I'd like to hear about the history of your faith. There's so much to tell, but I'm afraid I would miss the mark, and I fear I would bore you. Is there something specific you wish to know? How did Sarenrae come to be? Sarenrae is one of the Galarian's eldest deities. Once, she was an angel that had gathered the armies of her celestial allies behind her. The battle in which she showed her valor decided the fate of a whole world, and in her victory, she was rewarded with divinity. In the sacred text, Sarenrae is shown as a beautiful bronze-skinned maiden, her hair dancing flame. Tristian smiles slightly. But her appearance is not what matters. It is the grace she brings with her touch, healing, and salvation. Bronze skin. I didn't know Sarenrae was bronze skin. That's interesting. Yeah, no reason to know any other gods except the one you, your cleric, or the god that's interacted directly with you worships. Exactly. What's up, Jovi? Exactly, which is to me the really cool thing about Rimmergan. Like, if you're playing through Pillars of Eternity, even if you worship a completely separate god, the hostile manner of the interactions you have with Rimmergan is so freaking amazing that it makes them stand out like, yo, this is a guy I really, really don't want to upset. Tell me about this battle you mentioned. What was the act of valor of Sarenrae? Her greatest moment of glory is her battle against the monstrous Rovagug. Oh, that's right, she was the one who's fought Rovagug. But I thought Desna made the difference in that battle, wasn't she? Who threatened to destroy Galarian. Sarenrae delivered the strike that staggered the horrendous creature and allowed her allies to shackle it. Once the rough beast was captured, the goddess split the earth and the gods threw the behemoth into the depths. Once it was done, the goddess sealed the pit and commanded her faithful to stay away from the scar that was left in the land. Tristian falls silent for a few moments. Alas, mortal beings are imperfect. Not even the most faithful among us can always follow the deity's commandments, even when such commandments are meant to save the world and their followers. I, for one, pray the goddess is never again as furious as she was with Gormuz. Misinterpreting their goddess's warnings to avoid its location, instead believing Gormuz to be a holy city of Sarenrae, people from all over Kazmarin flocked there for millennia, but were slowly corrupted by the imprisoned god Rovagug's dreams. Sarenrae continues to send importance and visions to her faithful in Gormuz during this period, but they were ignored or misinterpreted. From this chasm emerged the most powerful and destructive creatures in the world's history. Interesting. Desna soloed a different demon lord. Oh, okay. I knew there was some great fight where she really stood out. Is there a adventure path where you play a part in dealing with Rovagug? I know there's the DLC for Kingmaker, actually, right? Where you face like some sort of aspect of Rovagug, but does he ever play a major part in any of the adventure paths? I'm about 20 hours into Pillars of Eternity right now. The deities are quite more fleshed out and mostly and not just a bunch of exposition, tying the companions and the region to various gods. Yep. Are you playing the first one or the second one, Owen? There are a few where you fight a few of its spawn. Okay. You mentioned Gormuz. What happened to it? Tristian sighs. An era of faith. Perhaps a lesson. But it speaks of the danger when one listens to mortal words and stops listening to their faith. Sarenrae forbade her followers from coming near the place of Rovagug's imprisonment, but some of her priesthood misread her will and began to preach of a sacred place where the mightiest of temples dedicated to the goddess were to be constructed. The people listened to these sermons and went forth to the lands touched by Sarenrae's scimitar. On the scar that sealed the well, they found Gormuz, a holy city that was to become the greatest monument to Sarenrae. Unsurprisingly, after the city was built, faithful from all Galarian traveled there to worship. Sarenrae sent omens and visions, urging her followers to leave this dangerous place filled with the dark will of the shackled Rovagug. But in their pride, the people misinterpreted or ignored her signs altogether, for they had already come under Rovagug's influence. Finally, the goddess sent her herald to the city, but the fanatics killed him. Holy crap! Realizing the people had turned from her, the enraged goddess smote Gormuz, raising it from the face of Galarian with a single strike of her scimitar. Tristian shakes his head. Today, it is called the Pit of Gormuz, a well of pain and suffering. Damn! A dozen spawn of Rovagug have emerged from the pit to threaten Galarian, and legends tell that the god Rovagug himself is bound at the bottom of the pit in time immemorial. Tell me about the Pit of Gormuz. Tristian shakes his head. The first pillar is my first real-time with Paul CRPG. That's amazing. Pillars of Eternity is definitely one of the best real-time with Paul CRPGs ever created. So it's a great way to get introduced to that. The deities, in my opinion, get even better in the sequel. So once you finish the first one, definitely make sure you jump to Deadfire. I prefer the first game because it has a very dark aesthetic that I really like that you don't really see these days, but Deadfire has much higher production values, is completely voice acted, the mechanics are way better, you can multi-class, and your relationship with the deities becomes much more direct. In a lot of ways, it's just really awesome and an upgrade over the original. Well worth playing for sure. That pit holds the Tarasque. What is that, Sage? You know, like the Tarasque. I don't know what that is. I played a little Pathfinder in high school, but Kingmaker was my introduction to Galarian. Man, I fell in love with it immediately. Without this, the lore of the world is, the lore is amazing. Well of Suffering sounds like a cubicle in one of my previous jobs. Ah, man, the cubicle life. It's a great crevice in eastern Kazmarin. The land surrounding it are dead, soaked in poison. The pit of Gormuz seems bottomless until someone dares to gaze into its depths. All who have dared tell of a strange distant glow, a glow that followed them in their dreams ever since. Throughout all of history, the pit of Gormuz has spawned creatures, hideous beasts of overwhelming power driven by only a single desire, to destroy everything they see. Some were defeated, some as the nightmarish Olenot, whose carapace to this day towers above the capital of Osarian. Others proved too strong to be defeated by mortal hands. Tristian frowns. The most terrible of them all was Turuske, the Armageddon engine, who to this day lies dormant deep beneath Avestan. Turuske. Ooh. Why? Hold on. Why does that look familiar? Oh, they don't have any pictures. Okay, so I guess it is supposed to look exactly like Dungeons and Dragons version. Yikes. That is brutal. Yeah, nah, I'm straight on that. It's a monster that's a machine of destruction. It's like a monster among monsters, a being that even gods fear. Crazy. A massive Godzilla monster that is basically immortal. If I'll takes it even further and better. Oh, wait. What's up, Enzo? Pronounced Turask. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, so not Turuske, Turask. Okay, cool. Thanks, James. Love the Darkness of Pillars 1. Yeah, so I thought the Darkness of Pillars 1 was super cool. In Pillars 2, they go more for a pirate aesthetic, and it's much lighter in tone. It's still really cool because there are some games that take that pirate aesthetic and it comes off as flat out corny. I don't think Deadfire does that. I think it takes the pirate aesthetic and pretty much remains cool and really interesting throughout the game. But I definitely missed the darker edge that the first Pillars game had. And so thematically, I prefer that. But there are so many other aspects of Deadfire that are definitely better. Oh, I also feel like the companions in the first game are better, unfortunately. That is one major weakness, one other major weakness Deadfire has. I think the roster of characters you get, the writing isn't nearly as strong. Even though mechanically, again, I think they're way better. The writing, you don't get characters that are as strong as Grieving Mother or Durance or Hiraveus, some of the other options, unfortunately. Have wars ever been waged in Sarenrae's name? Tristian sighs. Alas, yes. Terrible battles were once fought between the followers of Nethys, Norgorber, and Sarenrae in the lands now known as Rahadam. To my shame, I must admit that this conflict was started by my brothers and sisters. They came to a foreign land to make a way for their goddess's light with sword and fire. That calamity became known as the Oath Wars, a catastrophe that led the inheritors of Rahadam to deny all gods, banning all faiths from their lands. Alas, the mortal vessel is imperfect, and even a pure faith may be distorted by blind ambition. Tristian goes silent for a moment, and great suffering may occur in its name. Enough, I want to ask something else. Of course, Isaac. What are the teachings of Sarenrae? Solar flame goddess is the light of salvation, even of those who have been forsaken by the other gods. She teaches us mercy and forgiveness, for as long as they may be useful to a soul's salvation. You make it sound like the followers of Sarenrae will try to find good even in a bandit with a knife to their throat. Used all the old companions for the first game in Deadfire. Nice. Even the old companions, I felt like they weren't written as well as they were in the original one. It's pronounced Turask. It's from French mythology. Got you. It's like Godzilla for both D&D and Pathfinder. It's easily defeated? Interesting. Pallegina is amazing, Riga. It's so unfortunate she's not romanceable. The coolest approach to deities was a setting a former DM wrote, where their spirits from the outer dark summoned forcibly into the world and became deities from devoured mortals' beliefs. That sounds interesting. Oh, the sea shade tea. Oh, it grated on you in Pillars 2? It gets old after a while. It never bothered me, but I set the battles to auto-complete which I think kind of cuts down on how much time you have to spend on the ship. So that might be part of the reason why. You know, really improved in Deadfire, encounter design. The mobs in Pillars 1 can be a bit of a Zerg fest at times. You might be right. Do not mistake compassion for weakness, Isaac. One hand of Sarenrae is shrouded in healing light. The other holds a scimitar. Following their goddess, the priests learn to wield this weapon starting in childhood, and they do not hesitate to use it if a dispute cannot be settled peacefully. Sarenrae preaches mercy, yet her compassion is not infinite. We give a second chance to all who ask, but if they reject it, if they persist in their sins, they will face the goddess's retribution. Are there any undeserving of mercy? Tristian blindly gazes past you into the distance for several moments. When he speaks again, his voice is quiet, reflective, as if echoing his thoughts. Undeserving of mercy? Would even Sarenrae herself find the compassion to? Tristian shudders as if awakening from a trance. Oh, he's talking about himself. Nice. Forgive me, your words, they are not easy ones to reconcile, and even priests such as I, we debate them to this day. What is the point at which a soul is irredeemable? Or is it a failing of the priests themselves? These are difficult questions you ask, Isaac. Questions wise men have debated for centuries. Does a being that has been tainted by evil to its very roots, that rejects its own salvation, still deserve compassion? Can those compelled to do evil by others still seek forgiveness? There's no easy answers on these issues among Sarenrae's followers. As for me, I believe that every soul carries the potential for goodness within, no matter the crime. That guilt may find forgiveness if they repent and cast off the evil that led to the deed. I believe this with all my heart, Isaac. There's good in everyone. One just has to look deep enough. Even those who feel lost or broken or unrepentant have light in their souls, and it's possible to help them see it. That's interesting. Lawful good. There are crimes that cannot go unpunished. I don't feel like that's a lawful good response, to be honest with you. That sounds to me like more lawful neutral, but okay. Tristian gives a perplexed laugh. Well, I wouldn't force anyone against their will, although if it served a good purpose. Tristian falls silent, contemplating the issue, but almost immediately he shakes his head. No, I am not ready to make such a decision yet. What are your duties as a follower of Sarenrae? This conversation is basically Isaac's growth this season too. What's up, Thor? How are you, dude? There was one really good sea shanty. Kept trying to get that same one. Yeah, it sucks when there's a specific shanty you want to get to. I remember it being, I don't think they really had a way for you to skip it, right? I'm waiting on the turn-based mode being finished before diving into Pillars 1. I definitely plan to do that as well. Yeah, Vicar, that sounds lawful evil. I agree. Yes, this is early in the game, Wes. Sounds like it's the first time you met Tristian after recruiting him. Yep, it is. Can't fly and has no breath weapon, plus it's huge. Tristian and Ember would get along famously. I agree. I don't disagree that some things cannot go unpunished. I'm just saying a lawful good character shouldn't be the one saying that. What are your duties as a follower of Sarenrae? My goddess strives to see the best, even in the dark gods. She never abandons the hope of their redemption. The priestess of Sarenrae follow her teachings, akin to the healing light herself, who emanates warmth and heeds the call of those in need. We aid the suffering in body and spirit throughout Golarion. The priests of Sarenrae are willing to help anyone, no matter the faith of the one in need. Each plea must be heard. Every misfortune deserves compassion, be it a peasant seeking a blessing for the harvest or a murderer seeking repentance the night before their execution. Sometimes the mercy of the solar flame goddess is the last thing that can save one's soul from ruin. We have no right to withhold it from the truly repentant. I'd like to ask something else. How is Sarenrae worshipped? Many worship Solar Flame Goddess in her temples. Some make the pilgrimage to the Everlight Oasis. But even those who do not serve the goddess directly rarely shun the festivities dedicated to her. The Sun-Wrought Festival, for one. What are the temples of Sarenrae like? Sarenrae's shines are often open to the sky and to the goddess's life-bringing sunlight. Her light fills the temple, enshrouds the parish in warmth, and grants its blessing to all in need. In Kalesh, crowds gather during the services so that all may feel the blessing of the goddess. The most ingenious devices are constructed by some of the faithful to please the goddess. I have seen a temple of Sarenrae which housed a complicated array of mirrors, all to direct the light of the sun to the altar. Tell me of the Everlight Oasis. I have never been there, but the stories say it's a wondrous place sacred to Sarenrae's faithful. The oasis is located in Zelshabar, which lies in Kazmaran. Pilgrims from throughout Golarion travel there, seeking the goddess's blessing. According to legend, the waters of the Everlight Oasis are imbued with healing properties, and anyone who bathes in them shall be cured of any ailment. Tristian smiles in thought. Just imagine, a place where people from all around the world come to gather to worship. What stories they must share. What is the Sunrot Festival? The Sunrot Festival takes place on the day of the summer solstice, when the prayers of her flock can reach Sarenrae the easiest. On this day, Kalesh blooms with color in each corner of the Perdisha Empire. The people praise their goddess by dancing and singing, setting off fireworks and flying kites. I hope this beautiful custom shall one day reach your lands as well, Isaac. That is all I wanted to know about this. I hope I have satisfied your curiosity. The more I hear, the more... No, I wouldn't say that. I've heard enough about Sarenrae. If you ever wish to know more about the goddess, just ask. Don't Tristian and Silo worship the same god? Funny how different they are. No, Tristian worships Sarenrae. Silo worships Iomade. A role player, cleric in Sarenrae, and my gal didn't know one of my teammates were undead due to how high DC was to find out, but she knew he healed by wounding spells instead of cure spells. Nice. Big fan of roguelike DLCs for both Kingmaker and Wrath. Gave me a lot of opportunities to try out different builds. It's good for that purpose for sure. In Kingmaker, I like going Bard, Eldritch Knight, or Aldori Sword Lord. So in this one, I downloaded the Call of the Wild mod, so I'm actually using Master Summoner. Just a tad, Sage. Just a tad, Parts. We're brought you to these lands. I've heard rumors. They say these lands are cursed and the curses are growing stronger, as if something is granting them power. I cannot ignore such rumors. What curses are you talking about? Tristian cocks his head to the side in wonder. Do you not see? Every word uttered in the heat of an argument turns into a prophecy here, just waiting to fulfill itself. And if it were only for the people, the land itself is seething with curses so ancient their origins are impossible to trace. Take the abandoned temple of Aristos where we met. What happened to it? What force compelled the priest to leave such a magnificent temple behind to the whims of nature? Will we ever know? I myself was nearly slain by beasts. Fortunately, you came along, following Jihad, and saved me. I owe you a great debt. You've come a great distance indeed. Tristian laughs heartily. When you look at it that way, then yes, but please, do not think that I came all the way from Kalesh because of mere curiosity. I was wandering long before that. It is a custom of our faith. The farther our paths take us, the more people we may help. Why did Jihad see you in his premonition? Sarenrae sees all the good gods and goddesses as her allies. Many have fought alongside the goddess against the menace of Rovagug, Aristel among them. By offering my prayer to Sarenrae, I let her know of my misfortune in the Temple of the Elk. The merciful goddess did not ignore my plea, but whom could have she asked for aid than Aristel, whose faith is strong in these lands? Aristel had sent Jihad a sign, and you came just in time to rescue me. Tristian sighs. To tell the truth, I was certain my journey was at an end, and those creatures were to be the death of me. You have spent much time here. What do you think the future holds for these lands? These are cruel lands, and as I came here, I bore witness to much pain and suffering, but I have seen equal kindness among those seeking to protect themselves and their loved ones. The people of the stolen lands are resolute and true to themselves. I admire their strength. What's going on, K-Bye? Kill them all. Being healed by harm spells just means they could be a dampier. I know summon-based builds are much more viable in Kingmaker. Yep, I didn't realize you were using a mod. Neat. Yeah, Call of the Wild adds a ton of classes into Kingmaker, and then it also fixed a bunch of the bugs that were still left with classes in the game. So definitely, even if you don't want to use the new classes, it's still just a great mod to install for stability's sake. Alas, I do not know yet what powers the curses that flourish in this land, but I swear I will not leave until we have the answer, and that means to cleanse them. You must forgive me for not swearing on Sarenrae's name, but as of late I have troubled the goddess too much as it is, and it would better serve her through action, not prayer. Let's change the subject. What would you like to discuss? You called yourself the chosen of Sarenrae. What did you mean by that? Sorry, that was a mere jest. Other acolytes at my temple used to tease me with that title. This should tell you how pious and devoted I was compared to them. And yet, my faith is strong. Sarenrae knows this and protects me in times of great peril. If something ever threatens my life, by her divine powers, I am transported to a safe location. Man, there's a bunch of them who have that mechanic. That's interesting. I should go. Tristian bows his head. A pleasure. All right. We've already spoken to Amiri before, but we do have 2 new companions. Where are they? Are you over here? And Piers, no. Why is there a dog who just hangs out? Whose dog is this? That's Oleg. Oh, I should check with Oleg actually, because I think he had a bag of holding, which I could definitely make use of. The Pathfinder gods and Forgotten Realms gods seem similar, like Sarenrae and Lathander. Yep. Where Pillars gods are pretty unique. Yeah, we were just having a conversation about that, Enzo. Yep, I absolutely agree. Pillars of Eternity does an amazing job with gods. Whereas with Pathfinder, I feel like the demon lords are really distinctive, but the deities not so much so. Except the god of monsters. I feel like she's a really distinctive. She comes off like her own character. The god of monsters and Desna. The god of monsters, Desna, and Iomade. Those are the ones that I feel like are probably the most distinctive in Pathfinder. Show me your wares. I have $6,600, which means I should be able to buy. There we go. Bag of holding, small. I could buy a meta magic. Oh, you've got new stuff. You didn't have this stuff before. Whoa. Look at you sneaking up on me with new equipment. So you got full plate. Oh, Valerie can make use of full plate actually. Look at you sneaking in with this. Heavy shield, 2-bladed sword. Okay. Looks like, oh, great axe +1. Does she have a great axe? No, she's just got a masterwork great axe. She does not have a great axe +1. I feel like I should get that, honestly. Damn, 4,900 though? That's a lot. Lamashtu, yeah. She was a demon lord first, true. When you're a lich, you have your own religion essentially. Yeah, that was a cool experience. Even though I still chose the deity, the one who's supposed to be the god of like the vampires and whatnot, which was good all the way through up until the very end. I didn't like the ending exchange. I felt like it should have been more fleshed out. Yeah, I have the Kineticist twins, Flan. If you worship Caden, he blesses you at the Defender's Heart battle. Yep. Yeah, Lamashtu was Windowog's deity. Yeah, Urgathoa. I had Urgathoa as my lich deity, and I didn't like the ending exchange she had with Pharasma. I felt like there should have been like a real clash there. You know, I was looking forward to it my whole playthrough, and then it was a whole nothing burger. Okay, as much as this pains me to have to spend all this money, Amiri, I know you're worth it, darling, so I don't regret it from that standpoint. We're gonna go ahead and do this and give you that. There we go. And then that bag of holding is allowing me to be able to hold on to more. That's beautiful. And yep, you know what? Let's go ahead and sell that back now. Show me your wares and anything else I want to offer. Nope. There's probably some scrolls here that I don't need, but we're not gonna worry about that right now. So you still got 1800. Oh, but all that stuff, yeah, all that stuff costs thousands and thousands. Yeah, so we'll have to deal with that later. Although, damn, that belt of dexterity would give. I forgot that my Eidolon, he's gonna benefit from more dexterity. Okay. Pharasma blesses or curses you with the Zacharias and Nokolith interactions, depending on how you react to them. Gotcha. I just felt like that very end exchange should have been better. Where? I have 2 more companions. Where are they? Are they waiting in the bedroom? That'd be hilarious. I love Zon Kuthin, but he hardly had any interactions in Wrath. Not the bar. Going building a Fae who's a Wish bloodline draconic sorcerer who worships as one of the deity dragons. Nice. I thought with barbarians light armor was key because the more injuries, the more damage. In Kingmaker? No, not to my knowledge at least. More injuries, more damage? I don't think so. What's going on, Adrus? How are you? None of the mythic paths really felt right for one of his followers either. Yeah, I guess. Well, you don't feel like a mean-spirited trickster would fit the bill, or a demon? Yeah, why not a demon? Here's your rings, Svetlana. Kressel gave it to me. I haven't managed to convince her not to fight me. Svetlana sighs bitterly. I suppose I should tell you the truth about her. Kressel wasn't her real name. Her real name was Irina before all this. She was the daughter of my mother and her second husband, my half-sister. I can't help but feel like everything that happened to her was my fault. She always had a wildness to her. She'd wander the streets, hanging out with a bad crowd. Until the day she passed, Mother complained about Irina constantly. Back then, it was just cruel games and strange escapades. She never really hurt anyone back in Rostov. Her father didn't live much longer than our mother, so I decided to try to help Irina. I brought her here to the Stolen Lands, though Oleg was against it. And once here, she immediately fell under the Stag Lord's influence. She never even needed to meet him. The stories and rumors from local hunters and bandits were enough to win her over. She would tell us how he was a real leader, unlike Rostov's softies. Eventually, she ran away, only to return under a new name with a pack of thugs to collect taxes from us. What's worse, she participated in the torture and execution of prisoners alongside the Stag Lord's minions. I don't know if there's any way to set her back on the right path, but I'm grateful for your kindness. Perhaps there's still hope. For the sake of my mother's memory, I'd like to believe that. I don't think you ever meet her sister again, though, so you can't really redeem her, right? Have to go farewell. All right, save there. And then, yep, I finished that quest. Keston has nothing more to say. He's waiting for me to confirm that I found old boy. And then here's Lindsay. All right, here, hold on. You do? You meet her again? Oh, interesting. Really didn't like how you were almost constantly rushing to stop this and that event. Yeah, hopefully, with a little bit more experience, this playthrough is going to feel more calm. We'll see. Happy New Year's address. Character's a Kasune Avenger son Wukong who drinks, plays pranks, and beats the tar out of demons. That sounds like a trickster to me. What's up, Moonlight? How are you? Barbarians have no ability related to being damaged, right? Maybe some obscure prestige class. Yeah, it doesn't work that way in this game. You do meet her, but it's hard to make sure she survives. Oh, okay, cool. She'll show up at the Stag Lord's fort and be a possible ally. Oh, that's her. Oh, I didn't even realize that was her. Nice. Okay. Right. So she brings some allies. You could clear out the fort, come back, and then tell her, hey, let's go in together. And then, yeah, you got to work to try to make sure she survives. No problem. Let's do it. Oh, hello. Octavia gives you a fetching smile. Something you need? Could you tell me about your childhood, please? Octavia sighs. Too little. Some scrapes of memories, no more than that. What exactly do you remember? Ha! You're an Octavia fan, Moonlight? Octavia reflects on that, tapping her finger against her cheek. Nothing special. Some images of a faraway past, that's all. I do remember wooden table legs. The paint on them was peeling off, and I was standing on my toes, trying to peek at what was on the table. I remember the wild rose by the window. It kept me up at night, scratching the glass with its gnarled branchlets. I do remember my mother's blue dress. It was a trifle battered, but it smelled of lavender. Octavia wrinkles her forehead. I guess that's all. Not much there, right? All those memories, it's like they're not mine at all. I recall some images and I know I should feel something about them, but I don't remember what exactly I should feel. So let them rot in a swamp with tassel worms. Octavia grins cheerfully. My life's good enough without them. She is going to woo you if you're not careful. I could not be taken from the nymph. Nope. Thor, are you referring to Valerie? If so, yes, I've already met her. You want to play this game just for Octavia and Reg? It's as good a reason as any. Valoria's best. Baby Octavia does sound adorable, though. In 5e, Berserker Barbarians can attack when they take damage. Nice. Not an Octavia fan as much as I am a Ragonga hater. And I will always tell this girl, why you dislike Ragonga so much? What do you know about your parents? You're a half-elf, right? Am I? Octavia examines herself as if seeing herself for the first time. You know, I think you might be right. I'm rather slim and tall, and I can see well in dim light. She raises her hands and touches her ears. Aha! They're a bit pointy. Yes, I'm definitely a half-elf. Let's think about that logically. So my mother was an elf, and my father was a human. Or maybe it's the other way around, and my mother was a... Finally, Octavia can't take it anymore and bursts into laughter, having spoiled her own act. So that's it. Now you know about as much about my parents as I do, she says after her laughter subsides. Do you remember how you were enslaved? I clearly remember the man who took me away from my home. He was big, with a huge pot belly and shaggy beard. I was afraid he would eat me. Octavia shrugs. Anyway, it didn't stay with me long. He gave me to his slaver accomplices and I never saw him again. When my mother was giving me to him, she was crying. I can still barely hear her quiet voice, but I can't recall her words or her face behind the tears. Just that lavender smell. It tickled my nose and I wanted to sneeze. Did my mother sell me into slavery? But then why was she crying? And if she didn't want me to be a slave, why didn't she try to save me? Octavia twirls her hair, pondering over the thought, then sighs. One more riddle from my past that I don't care to solve. It must be horrible, being unable to recall your childhood. Oh, I recall my childhood in rather bright details. It was spent in dirty barracks. I wore flea-infested rags and slept on a straw mattress instead of a proper bed. Octavia smiles humorlessly, though I understand what you mean. You know, to be honest, I'm not sure I want to remember my childhood before slavery. If I could remember what I lost, it would probably just bring me more pain. Octavia shakes her head several times and makes herself smile again. So it's good that I don't remember much of anything. I want to ask you something else. Of course, what do you want to talk about? Will you tell me about your life in slavery? I don't like to recall it, but if you insist, Octavia frowns. The slavers of the Technic League tried to ruin my life, but all they could do was ruin my childhood. Okay, but I would say Kingmaker's definitely a good game, but Owlcat lost the rights to it, so they weren't able to patch it and update it as much as they were for Wrath of the Righteous. So it's not as in a state. It's not in as much of a stable state as you will probably want for a game that's been out for this long. But I would say it's definitely still worth playing for sure. For sure. I hate the nymph because the crap she has done. Tried to kill you, and caused the deaths of hundreds of kingdoms. Forget all that. We can forgive that. Look, she's a victim, okay? All right, the Lantern King is the real enemy. Stay focused on the real goal, okay? What's up, Contraband? This game having a time limit makes it special. Yeah, it's definitely different. You are type no shaggy beard. See, but the problem is I like having a beard. The only reason I cut my hair consistently is because of my wife. She likes less hair, but if left to all my own devices, I'd have like a full Rick Ross type beard. You made Ragongar a blood rager? That's probably a good call. Reg is tricky to build, but he's a crit machine. I don't even know which class the Call of the Wild mod makes him. I should check on that. How did you happen to find yourself in the Stolen Lands? My enslavers from the Technic League funded a large expedition into the Stolen Lands. 100 agents, tens of slaves, wagons. We were to search for some ancient artifacts or ancient ruins. Octavia shrugs. Our group never made it to the Technic League hideout. Along the way, it was attacked by the future owner of the Stolen Lands himself, and I'll be forever grateful to him for it. Octavia winks cheerfully. Do you have many masters over the years? Yes, many of them. Some owned me for years. Others felt like they'd had enough of me in a couple of months. And trust me, I did all I could to make every master eager to get rid of me. A slave that's trained in magic is a rather expensive thing, so they wouldn't kill me. At least that was the hope. So I drooled and played an idiot, and I listened as every new master argued with my former one, trying to return me. Sometimes I punctured the pages of magic books I was forced to copy with a quill. Other times I pretended to mix up the spells, so instead of lighting a magic torch, I set dozens of dancing lights floating just below the ceiling. Of course, most of these tricks of mine usually ended badly. I got punished on a regular basis. My back still remembers the master's whips, though all of my scars from those times are long gone. Where did you learn to use magic? Oh, I was taught magic by Janush of Starfall, one of the most famous wizards in Numeria. Maestro Janush, as he insisted on calling himself. Octavia's voice overflows with contemptuous sarcasm. Anyone would be happy to learn from such a great master, and only a talentless bitch like me would dare to reject his teachings and indulge in her laziness. At least that's what Maestro Janush used to repeat constantly while whipping knowledge into my back. The great Maestro was a big fan of punishment. Octavia's lips pressed into a thin line. The Technic League didn't care if a few slaves died under the master's whip, as long as Maestro Janush provided an arcane trained one in return. Still likely a Magus Eldritch Scion. Okay, starts to be a spellcaster with a bloodline. Got you. I got this game gifted to me. I played D&D with a rule books worth 3 pamphlets. Nice. Well, this will probably be right up your alley then. Going for Nefesi. Happy wife, happy life indeed. So he's the kind of guy who will fall for the evil blue lady and the new. She was amazing. Best of the Avatar movies by far. And it's all because of her. when old boy was in the drug-induced haze, it was basically like, hey, I'll give you all the guns you want and whatnot. I was like, I understand, brother. I understand completely. I dislike Ragongar because he stole my flow bar for bar. My first playthrough was as a Dragon Disciple Magus. Oh, also because he's a mean bastard. I mean, Octavia's got a little bit of a mean streak too, doesn't she? Octavia Ragongar's story about being slaves of Technic League is what made me think Outcat would eventually do an Iron Gods game. Me too. The league is based in Numeria, which is where IG takes place. Yep, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I think they would do an amazing job with it. Yep, no problem, K-Bye. Called it. Officially, there's no slavery in Numeria. Oh, really? But the Technic League is above any law. A slave with an aptitude for the arcane is worth much more than a regular one. The slave's repertoire is limited to the simplest and safest spells, of course. Have you ever tried to run away? What a silly question. Of course I tried. As soon as we saw even the tiniest opportunity to get free, Reg and I grabbed for it. On one occasion, we jumped from the cart into the river. There's a time when we spent weeks trying to dismantle the far wall of the barracks and make a path out. Sometimes we attacked our guards when they least expected it. We craved freedom. We lived only to dream about it. Those short days, sometimes weeks, that we spent on the run were the happiest days of my life. We used to hide in the woods or blend in with the crowd on the streets of Starfall. Midnight stars were our guiding lights, and we shared our dream with them to reach the river kingdoms. For in these lands, they were neither slaves nor masters. We were starving and freezing, but that was the real life. Too bad it usually ended too soon. The Technic League agents always found us in the end. I don't know how they managed to do it. They probably use magic, or maybe it was just our fate. They whipped us and returned us to our old masters, or sold us to new ones if the old ones refused to pay. So we were slaves again, but the dream about the River Kingdoms never left our hearts. Have your masters ever hurt you? You figured that out, didn't you? Octavia narrows her eyes. Or maybe you want to hear all about the beatings I survived, the humiliations I've endured. Imagine the worst thing one person could do to another and multiply it tenfold. That's what happened to me every day, nearly every day in slavery. Masters. Oh, how I hate that word. Octavia shakes her head furiously, making her locks dance. They punished me because they wanted to hurt me. But what hurt even more was the mere fact of their existence. Let's talk about something else. Octavia stops you, gently touching your hand. Wait, I want to tell you. She sighs and shakes her head as if trying to recollect her thoughts. The Technic League agents you rescued us from. Reggie and I tried to run away many times, but they always managed to find us eventually. I have no reason to hope that this time they lost track of us for good. Well, you're with us now. I'm confident that I should be able to make a deal with them. Oh, hell no. Dear to me, that sounds almost like romantic. No, chaotic good. I won't let those filthy slave traders, to take you again. I won't let those filthy slave traders take you again. Just let them try. Yes, we'll chase them to the border. We won't see them through the dust. Suddenly, she frowns in contemplation, twirling her locks. Still, I'd like to find them first. What's up, Fami? So you picked up Tristian already. Yep, I steamrolled through Act 2 yesterday. Nice! Since I learned about Bag of Tricks, I abused the hell out of it in Cheese Kingdom Management. I had a little time and space to breathe and lead you. Right now, enter the womb of Lamashtu. Nice. Okay, so you're blazing through it. You know what adventure I want to see adapted? Reign of Winter. Your party goes to Russia to fight Rasputin? What? That's crazy. The League responds, reminds me of the Red Wizards of Thay. I was thinking the same thing, Deacon, that this has shades of Castlevania. That fight where he goes against the slavers, the animation of that is so freaking good. What kind of relationship do you have with Ragongar? Do I even want to ask that? Yeah, sure. I just will skip the gorgeous option. Octavia shrugs awkwardly. We're together, she answers simply. The way you said we're together sounded unconvincing. Is something wrong? You've noticed? Well, I didn't mean that. Now I have to explain. Octavia shakes her head. I'm not sure I know how to put it correctly. You see, Red seems to treat me like his property. He's always kind to me, and it feels good when we travel together or when we share a blanket at the campsite, but he always calls me my Octavia. I've told him over and over that I don't belong to anyone, that I'm my own, that I stay with him by my own free will. He only grins when I say that. I bet he likes to think that I'm his. Never mind though, I'll sort it out somehow. Octavia shakes her head, making the troubling thoughts go away. When did you meet Reg? Years ago, when I was studying magic at Maestro Janus's, Reg was a student too, but you couldn't actually say he was really studying anything. Reg had his own ways to cast spells. He never needed the Maestro's instructions. You see, unlike wizards, Reg draws power directly from his innate bloodline abilities. Janus didn't realize the nature of Reg's powers when he took the young boy as his new student, and when he finally understood them, he just taught the negligent half-orc to control his powers, to avoid harming himself or the others. Reg and I have been together ever since. We could both use magic, but more importantly, we both crave freedom. We used to vow to each other that someday we'd break free from the unbearable captivity or die trying together. Octavia gives you a warm smile. I guess it's good that we fulfilled only the first part of that vow. You owe him much? Octavia winces. I don't like this old word. I don't owe anything to anybody. Everything I do of my own free will. But to answer your question, yes. Reg has done a lot for me. I can't count how many times he was whipped by my masters because of me, how many times he took the blame for my doings. He never complained when they dragged him, beating and covered in blood, to the slave barracks. He just groaned and clenched his fist while I bandaged his wounds with the scraps of my filthy clothing. We've been together my whole life, as slaves and as free people. I wouldn't be me if not for him. The fact that Reg is so impulsive doesn't bother you? Ah, that. That is a very delicate matter. Octavia winces, looking away. Reg means a lot to me, and he endured a lot for me, but some parts of him just scare me. He becomes extremely bloodthirsty when it comes to slavers. Don't get me wrong, I hate slavers with all my heart, and I'll do a lot to cleanse the world of their filth. But Reg, he'd do anything. Understand? Absolutely anything. I'm afraid that anger might kill everything good in him. I've attempted to talk to him about it many times, but he just won't listen. He becomes even angrier after our conversations. Octavia sighs sadly. Let's change the subject. Of course, what do you want to talk about? I don't think Ragongar is abusive. He's just an asshole. I would agree. This is what I don't vibe with. Precisely the reason I can't romance this girl. She needs to shut her, get off the pot if she actually wants a relationship. Hey, she just wants the right guy to come along who, will be absolutely perfect. Why can't you be that guy, Deacon? What's up, Trash Can? Try that Titan Quest 2 when you get a chance. The game got me a chokehold for 10 hours straight. Oh, really? Nice. Okay. I'll have to check it out. That's nice. Doesn't he beat her? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't abuse her. He's just possessive. Red standing right next to you when you're asking these things. Yeah, I noticed. Flan, I'm pretty sure you can get a menage in this game if you work for it. But no, my heart is set on only one. Only one. I want to be doted on, protected better than the dolls, but I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to commit. I don't want to be judged. Talk to you in 20 years. Did one better at romance both at once? So how is that, Lordra? Did you find that experience satisfying when you romanced them both at the same time? Titan's Quest 2 is fire? Nice. I'll have to check it out. Thanks for letting me know. You worship Callistria, right? Yes, many slaves survived only thanks to their fate. Some lived hoping for a day when a good deity would deliver them. Some even offered deals to the evil gods. But me and Reg, Callistria has taught us the most important things. Expect no gifts from above. Rely only on ourselves. Never forgive those who wronged us. But at the same time, savor every droplet of pleasure we can squeeze from our bleak days. It's amazing how, after all your hardships, you still remain so cheerful and optimistic. Octavia's smile fades a little. I try not to view my life as a never-ending course of sufferings. Yes, I've had my share of hard times, but do I need to recall them? After all, along with the bad things, I had some good things as well. I had a dream and I followed it, and eventually it came true. Following that path, I met Reg and you. Now I'm free and surrounded by friends. Octavia's voice trembles with hidden emotions, but her smile remains warm and sincere. Why do you need to find the Technic League agents? I broke free from slavery. Thanks to you, I've obtained everything I dreamed of, my freedom and the opportunity to control my own life. I want to use this opportunity to fight the Technic League, at least the part of it that operates here in the Stolen Lands. I wish to free all the slaves from their Technic League masters. Octavia gives you a warm smile and gently touches your hand. I do believe that while we're together, we can achieve a lot, even this. All right, we'll talk later. Sure, Octavia gives you a friendly smile. Come anytime. One of the few times where their alignments can be changed? Oh, interesting. So wait, what is their alignment right now? I think she's afraid he's going to pull a John Brown. Honestly, I feel bad for Ragongar. He doesn't have a past besides being a slave. And when he meets Octavia and he gets a romance with her, I think he doesn't even know how to have a normal relationship. Mental life aside, she's got admirable goals. I am usually all for poly relationships, and I wish there were more of them in games. Just don't like Ragongar. Yeah, I feel like this is the only one I'm aware of. Was there a poly option in Dragon Age 2? I don't think so, right? There's definitely been other games where I'm like, you should be more down for poly, for some poly related than you are. It's weird that you're stuck in this way. Okay, so she's chaotic good, and he's considered evil. He's chaotic evil. Wow. Okay, and he is an Eldritch Scion. I've never played an Eldritch Scion before. I wonder what's unique about them. Blood Rager. Yeah, I have to look at that when and if I have to do some of his quest. All right. You always end up romancing the twins. I've never done that before, but from the conversations I've had with them, I feel like that would be a ton of fun. Swap to Deliverer soon. I remember being really impressed with Deliverer. The extra damage is absolutely worth the lost early Slayer talents. Yep, Deliverer looked nice for sure. Octavia and Reg can be pushed towards the other's alignment. Oh, so you could make Octavia chaotic evil? Wow. I think you had to choose either or in Dragon Age 2. Yeah, Dragon Age 2 is a game where I felt like poly relationships should have been available and it wasn't. Does this game play pretty similar to Wrath of the Righteous? Yeah, it's basically the core of what Wrath of the Righteous eventually became. Like, Owlcat built upon what they did here. What's up, Kale Breed? Slamming clam left and right is not a very good look when going for actual romance, which is what many writers are trying to go for. True. There's some poly options in BG3, but it isn't explored deeply. Yeah, like you can meet the twins towards the end in the brothel, right? But I'm talking about like poly relationships with your companions, because I always thought that was really the idea of that was really cool, where me, Ragongar, and Octavia are all traveling out and about, and then we're also all lovers together. Like, I can't think of another game that gives you that experience. Yeah, I wanna do a run with a drow and get to that scene with the twins while I'm a drow who's romancing Minthara. I feel like there's probably some cool reactivity there. One is lawful evil and one is chaotic good, and both are how pun intended, I regret nothing. Nice. Poly relationship, Veilguard. Yeah, Veilguard is another one where you would think there would be progressive relationships there. But nope, nada. You could go poly with Astarion and Halsin as a third will? Really? You can? That's interesting. Why does it have Eldritch Scion labeled as a Blood Ranger? I don't know, and I noticed that, so I'm definitely gonna look at his stuff once we get through with this convo.
What do you want? Have a little chat? All right, it's not like we have anything better to do.
Tell me about yourself.
Where's there to know? I was born, I'm alive, haven't died yet. That enough for you?
Do you remember your childhood? Ragongar scowls.
What a crap question. I was just a kid when they showed me. Before that, I don't remember much. Smoky fires, stinky hides, always bumping along on a horse. I think I was born in one of the Kellic tribes on Numeria. There are many. Some survive on their own, some give up their pride and serve the Technic League. I guess mine was one of the cowards that they could have sold their own kids. I remember my father's hands, rough, scarred, white. So I guess I get this green skin from my mother, but I don't remember her. I think I remember playing with another half-orc child, a brother maybe. For some reason they didn't sell him, just me. Father gave him his dagger to play with, never gave it to me. Ugh, I don't want to remember this. Forget all this, I'm an orphan.
Ragongar waves his hand wryly.
I grew up a slave, that I remember well. So many things burned into my memory. Most of all, I remember her, my Octavia. Together we were almost the same age, but back then she was twice as young as me, just a child, but a brave one, cunning, bold, and beautiful. The most beautiful girl in the world.
What deity do you worship?
Ha! I never got much help from the gods so far, but if you make me choose, I say Calistria. Who else could I worship? The sacred sting, the goddess of pleasure, fun, and revenge. Oh, yes.
Where did you get your magical powers?
What magical powers the hells are you talking about? Oh, you mean these?
Ragongar makes lightning run over his hands with a contented smile, then snaps his fingers, invoking a shower of blinding sparks. Did your mod change his class? Yeah, Call of the Wild mod changes the classes for all your companions, but I don't know why it says Blood Ranger. Made an elf. Not as much defense as a regular magus, but I love the damage. Nice. Scion is your favorites as a magus? Okay. What means to be chaotic evil to me, it's always meant something like a gibbering, insane serial killer. No, that's not the way I don't think chaotic evil has to be that. Liz, I can't. Take care, Flat. Have a good night, dude. Hell of an interrogation session. I know, right, Kami? Hey, man. I'm just going with the flow what the game provides. Reg and Octavia are my favorite romances in the game. I much prefer it when it's the three of you. I'm a sorcerer in my current playthrough, and I like that all of us have arcane magic. Nice. So, is there banter, like during when you rest or things of that nature, or when you're walking around, that's based off of you all romancing each other?
I've had them since I was born. At least one thing I can thank my scum parents for. Maybe these powers are why they sold me to slavery. Think they were scared? Who knows? Damn Numerians. At the Technic League, they drew my blood, did experiments, burned me with fire, tortured me with cold electricity, and they told me, you won't believe it, they told me I have blue dragon blood in my veins. Not bad, huh? I'm a dragon, you freaks. Come check my blood if you dare.
Damn, he has blue dragon blood? That's crazy. Grinning, Ragonga strikes his palm with a fist, and another fountain of electric sparks shoots upward. What do your tattoos mean?
They are magical. They help me control my powers. The Technic League gave them to me. I'd hope that somewhere on my body there's at least one sign left by my tribe. But no, I guess they didn't care to bother. To hell with them. They better hope I never find them. If I ever meet my father, I will even the score between us.
How did you manage to use both a sword and magic and not cut off your fingers?
Ha ha ha! It's simple. It's just that bloody good.
The half-orc gives a contented grin. Do you enjoy making people suffer?
Why should I care about their suffering? I do what I want. If I step on someone's toes, then they shouldn't have put themselves in my way. By chasing someone down just to torture them, that's only entertainment for maniacs like the Technic League. Well, on second thought, for them, I would make an exception. I'd love to watch as I fry them nice and slow. But why do you ask? Do my methods shock you?
Ragonga clenches his fist, buzzing with sparks, and laughs loudly at his joke. Neutral good. If you treat your enemies like that, what makes you better than them?
And why would you think I want to be better? What does that even mean? I have no delusions of purity. I don't need to prove myself or my enemies that I'm better than them. Morally, spiritually, whatever. I just want them rotting in the ground so I can live, drink wine, and piss on their graves.
Thank you for your answers.
Thanks don't fill a purse. Ha ha! I'm just kidding.
So normally Eldritch Sign gives you a sorcerer bloodline, but the mod has an option to choose a Blood Rager bloodline instead. What's the advantage of choosing a Blood Rager bloodline? That's interesting. Believes there's a little banter when you rest. I don't think there's much when wandering around. Got you, okay. There should be banter between the three of you. Nice. Blue dragons are considered one of the evil dragons before 2E. Doesn't have any self-esteem issues. Ragonga's mother was an orc. His father was a freaking blue dragon. Half orc doesn't mean half human. If you talk to Ragonga for 5 minutes, you will understand why I dislike him. Big Reg is chaotic evil by default, and he's a pretty interesting interpretation. Tell me about your life in Numeria.
You mean my life as a slave? I didn't see much except for the slave barracks and the League's twisted laboratories.
How did you happen to become a slave?
I was sold by my own tribe when I was just a little brat.
The half-orc clenches his teeth, then spits on the ground and steps on it with his boot.
So I grew up in a slave barracks. I was raised to be sold like a battle animal. They tried to break me, but they picked the wrong brat. No matter how much you beat this animal, he only gets angrier.
The half-orc punches himself in the chest and snarls. Why did your masters teach you magic?
Can't you guess? Because magic is in my blood. It's why they bought me. I wasn't raised as some lowly mop slave, but as a murder machine. I'd fetch quite a nice sum of gold. You might also ask if they knew I'd take the first opportunity to rip their own guts out, using everything they taught me. Ha! Of course they did. But that's the Technic League. They calculate risk. Octavia kept pretending to be simple-minded so they wouldn't expect anything of her, but I made every effort, though they didn't teach me much. What is there to teach? It's not book magic, it's innate. They made me practice with my sword more, but I did my best in everything. I studied all I could. They knew they were raising an enemy, but they thought they could keep me on a short leash, or sell me to someone with deep pockets so I become someone else's problem. But who won in the end, huh? Who is free? Who will bury them all? The half-orc makes an obscene gesture in the northwestern direction toward Numeria. What else did you see beyond your life in chains? What could I have seen? Well, when we ran, we went through Starfall. That's a fine city. Big, loud, many merchants, things to see, things to steal. But I didn't have much chance to walk around. It's the very nest of the sodding Technic League. We were focused more on getting out alive. We met some barbarians. I asked them who might know what tribe I'm from, but they didn't know anything. I don't have any tribal tattoos, nothing. Actually, they are all right. Well, some of them. The Blood Pikes, for one. They're great. All the rivers are theirs. We sailed with them during one of our escapes, almost all the way to Brevoy, and they didn't turn us in. But the White Scars got us after that. Those guys are shit. They sold their pride to the Technic League. Oh, one more thing. One time, Octavia and I tried to escape and stumbled across a Numerian monster. I'll never forget it. A huge spider the size of a house, made of metal, spitting fire, shooting deadly rays all around. That thing could probably tear even a dragon to pieces. Ruined our escape plans too. We had to go back. Did you and Octavia try to escape? What do you think? Of course we tried. I stopped counting how many times. Jumped from windows, dug tunnels, choked out guards, or seduced them. That happened too. Ha ha! But those dirtbags caught us every time. Every bloody time. My back is covered with whip scars. Lucky we were prize property. They spent too much gold on us to kill us. Anyone else would be hung and forgotten, but they kept trying to break us and recoup their expenses. I don't know whether I could have survived by sheer stubbornness if it weren't for Octavia. I probably couldn't have. I would have just given up and died. But I had to pull my girl out of the meat grinder, and she believed in me. I had enough hope for both of us. When I lay there with my back slashed to pieces, she whispered to me about the river kingdoms, where there's no slavery, where everyone can go wherever they want and take whatever they want. I'll be damned, but I thought she was just making this up to keep our hopes alive. And now it turns out to be true. All of it, every last word. No chains, no slaves, no laws. Just live and be happy. Is slavery legal in Numeria? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. There are some laws against it, but even in Starfall, a third of the people live in bondage, and that's the capital. In regions where the Black Sovereign's hand doesn't reach, they hold to tribal customs instead of laws. The barbarians don't keep slaves. Instead, they have thralls. Big bloody difference. And on top of all that mess, there's the Technic League. Law and custom mean nothing to those slime balls. They just take whatever and whoever they want. Thank you for your answers. Ask away. Blue dragons are easel because their scales are not metallic. Metallic good, chromatic evil. That's the D&D scale at least. Interesting. If Owlcat ever voices Reg, you could be the voice actor. Hey, I would love to do some voice acting in the Owlcat game. That would be awesome. Still can't figure out how Scan is supposed to be an unambiguously evil god in the Pillars universe. Isn't Scan supposed to kind of represent someone who's been harmed in the past, and so consequently you will betray anyone and do anything in order to escape your situation? Kingmaker got all the quality of life updates Wrath of Righteous has. It would be really competitive. Thematically, I like Wrath, or I like Kingmaker more.
but mechanically, I think Wrath of Righteous is better. The game has a lot more companion content that's really, really strong, so I think that's better. And I think Act 1 is a heck of a lot easier and flows better than what I've experienced so far in Act 1 for Kingmaker. So comparing the draconic bloodlines between the classes, it seems the biggest difference is the spells. But interestingly, Blood Rager gets their wings at level 12 instead of 15 for the sorcerer. Okay. This is great. Octavia seems to be Ragongar's lifeline in a way. Yep, that's exactly what it comes off like. I think the Blood Rager uses a different spell level progression because regular Eldritch Scions use Bard scaling. Okay. What kind of relationship do you have with Octavia?
Well, my Octavia and I don't have a relationship. We have a life together.
How did you meet?
Back when we were children, we were taken as apprentices by a great spellmaster, Janush. Maestro Janush, he called himself. He was our teacher. Well, he made Octavia read books and memorize spells. I have my own innate magic. He trained me a bit, taught how to control my gifts, so I wouldn't lose control and incinerate myself like a dumbass. Oh, teacher, we will meet again. There's one more test I must pass. But you were asking about my Octavia. We've been together all our lives. We learned everything together, how to weave magic and how to survive. And as we grew older, we learned how to love. Without each other, we would have never gotten out of there, that's for sure. Would have given up and surrendered to death. But together, that's a very different story. Not the first time and not the 10th, but eventually, we made it out.
Why do you call her yours? She doesn't seem to like that very much.
My girl loves freedom so much, and even a slight chance of losing it frightens her. She is so smart. You really think she feels like I'm trying to make her mine, like an apple stolen at a market? Me, who was skinned alive for trying to help her escape? If she's afraid of the word my, it's because she doesn't understand the difference between my boots and my heart. But she will understand, sooner or later.
I don't care if they're faithful to each other because I don't want a relationship with them. Thank you for your answers.
Don't mention it.
I have to go.
So long. If you want to know anything else, just ask. Don't be shy. Just don't go pale when I answer.
Let me see some. Relationship with Ragongar. Okay, it doesn't give me any new dialogue options there. And 9. Beautiful. All right, now let's go ahead and do level 3. What up, Malthus? How are you, dude? How excited are you for Dragon's Demand on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being super hype? What's up, Karen? To be honest with you, I'm like a 6 or a 7, not because of my excitement about the game, but the dev studio, whose name escapes me right now, I think Ocean Studios, they're known for really, really taking their time. Like the last game that they did, it was quite some time before it came out. It's hard for me to get excited for a game that when I don't know when it's going to release, because if I'm like a game, like for example, technically I'm very excited for Cyberpunk 2, right? But at the same time, Cyberpunk 2 it could be like what, 3, 4, 5 years away. It's very hard for me to actually rev up a bunch of excitement for that. So like my excitement level for Cyberpunk 2 is probably like a 4 or 5 right now. Even though when we finally get like 6 months to a year before Cyberpunk 2 comes out and there's a trailer or two and it becomes more real, that'll probably skyrocket to like a 9 or a 10. So for right now, I'm not really that high on it, but I definitely plan to play it and do content for it. Hey, how does Twitch feel about watching game trailers on Steam? On stream? Twitch doesn't have an issue with that. As long as I stick with ones that are on YouTube. If it's on YouTube, it's safe for Twitch, basically. As a YouTube, if you're on something, make sure to sub over there. Thanks, Toxic. I appreciate it. Yeah, if you're over on Twitch, I do have a YouTube channel where I drop content regarding CRPGs on a very regular basis. So if you haven't already, I definitely recommend you subscribe over there. Isaac, level 3. Here we go. Opinion. Are you romancing anyone this one? I'm actually romancing the nymph. So she's an NPC character. She's not one of the companions, but she's probably my favorite romance in all of gaming. All right. Now, Amiri, I want her to have a pet, which means she's got a multi-class with something. What does Blood Rager? No, none of these get. Oh, wait. Meta Magic Ray. No, none of these get a pet. Okay. What is Animal? Oh, that's if you had a pet, that's the leveling they would do. Okay. And she can't be an anti-paladin. She could mix with druid, but yuck. I'm actually playing Swordhaven on my own. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've gone through Swordhaven a little bit more, so I actually have a third companion, and I've got it to one of the other cities. I'm not crazy about it. I think the role-playing aspect is really cool. I think it's, from what I've experienced so far, it's well written. Like, I'm not crazy about the lore, but just the dialogue and interactions back and forth between characters, I feel like all of that is solid. The combat is very bare bones. Like, there's really nothing to it. And there's plenty of it throughout the game. And the itemization is kind of just so-so as well. And those two things combined make exploration overall less interesting than I feel like it should be. And so it creates a situation where when I'm in a town and I'm walking around and I'm talking to different people, it's all good. I'm having a ball. And I feel like some of the quest design is really cool as well. But anytime I have to leave town and then actually walk around, explore, fight enemies, etc., I feel like the game kind of tanks for me and gets rather boring. What's the Inquisitor that gets an animal companion? There's an Inquisitor that gets an animal companion. Oh, Sacred Huntsman. That could be interesting. Well, this would be like a one-level dip. Is the Blood Rider archetype not in this? I know that Blood Rager archetype is in Wrath and it has a pet. Blood Rager is here, and there is... Yeah, it looks like Blood Rider's not here. So you could do Inquisitor base attack bonus +2, as opposed to Barbarian +3. Oh, that's right. If I multi-class with the wrong one, I could end up messing up her base attack bonus, which I don't want to do. Spiritualist, Vindictive Bastard, War Priest. Why none of you get a pet? Favorite enemy. Why did I think? Wait, no. There's definitely one of you got to get a pet, because old boy we run into gets a pet, and he's a ranger, right? Divine Tracker, Blood Hunter. Maybe not. Huh. Sacred Huntsman is very strong. Yeah, it is. There's no question that it is. But again, I'm only doing a one-level dip. And then I'm heading right back to Invulnerable Rager. Aren't you going to have to go full on the pet class for the pet to be useful? Well, no. Shouldn't there be that feat that... Don't you get the Boon Companion feat? That's what I was thinking I was using. Ranger has a Ranger Bond. Oh, is that at level 4? Hunter's Bond. Oh, okay. So it doesn't kick in until level 4. Got you. It's a higher level thing. Can you not use the mod to respect her for level 1 as a Mad Dog? I could take Mad Dog, but the problem is her personal quest requires her to do a one-on-one duel, and in that one-on-one duel they don't allow you to bring your pet. Your pet does not play a part in it, and I have always lost that one-on-one duel, and it always annoyed the shit out of me. So I kind of wanted her to be able to do it this time, but to be honest with you, I feel like that's becoming more trouble than it's worth. Boon Companion is not in Kingmaker, it's in Wrath only. Oh, are you serious? Animal companions in this game are not very good. Why you say that? For a paladin, for instance, I almost always get the sword thingy. Nah, I love pets in this game. That much I do know for sure. I was thinking about going cleric with the animal domain, but the problem is with Tristian, it's obvious his worship of Sarenrae is central to his character. So respecting him to be a worshiper of Arasto feels wrong. Does your pet not level up if you focus on the previous class? Boon Companion only increase the pet scaling by 4. Boon Companion only gives you up to 4 pet levels, so you're still going to end up with like 4 to 5 barb levels. Maybe I do. I guess I probably am going to have to just make her Mad Dog. Damn. Damn. I don't even remember. Here, hold on. All right, fine. How many points does a Mary get? Mary, how many points does she get? She gets, how is she? Well, stop on 20 point. That's weird that she's an iconic character, but she only gets 20 points. Here. Let's see. Take that. And then respecialization, 20 points. A Mary. And then, yep. Submit. Close that out. Here's a Mary. Yeah, keep her human. She's gonna look the same. Okay, but Barbarian. What's the advantage of Mad Dog? So wait, disadvantage. Okay, so she's gonna get way less rage powers because she's a Mad Dog. 20 points with a free feat is strong. That's true. This is excellent time to point out how weird it is that even though we play in the Stolen Lands, we did not get a druid companion. And on the other hand, BG3 bombards us with them. Yep. I'm not a fan of druid. I just never have been. Boon companion is a Call of the Wild, but yeah, it's only up to 4 levels. Okay. The Wild Child's the brawler pet class, and it's awesome. Think if a Mary wants to fight that quest alone, her pet should hang back with the other party members. No. Yeah, you still get the pet back, but the problem is a lot of her damage, like she gets less rage powers because she has a pet. So it's like she herself is not as good. And the expectation is, all right, having the pet with you will allow you to deal more damage. So having that pet focus build makes it so that she's not good enough on her own in order to actually win that duel. But it is what it is. Whatever. Okay, so she gets a pet. Pat Tactics, a Mad Dog and a War Beast gain +4 on attack rolls while flanking the same opponent. Interesting. That's nice. A Mad Dog's War Beast gain improved trip as a bonus feat. Okay, so I should definitely go for a wolf. You can attempt to trip your opponent in place of a melee attack. Well, wait a minute. No, that's in place of melee attack. So no, it doesn't matter. If your attack, in addition, you receive a +2 bonus on checks made to trip a foe. You also receive a +2 bonus to your combat maneuver defense whenever an opponent tries to trip you. Okay, so yeah, definitely want to go for a wolf with her. Interesting. Whenever a War Beast succeeds at a bull rush over on a trip combat maneuver against an opponent threatened by the Mad Dog, a Mad Dog can take an attack of opportunity against that opponent. That's awesome as well. Interesting. She also has Danger Sense. Gains a +1 bonus to avoid traps. Okay, hopefully we don't make much use of that. And she does get a wee bit of damage reduction. All right. Mad Dog can't rage until level 4. Yeah, so see, in a lot of ways, they limit her ability to deal damage, and it's all wrapped up in you having a pet. It is what it is. Invulnerable Rage is probably the best barb archetype for when the duel because it gets so much DR. That's why I had her as a invulnerable barb. Growing fan of Druid due to the Tavern Brawler feat. Well, Tavern Brawler feat, it transforming into the Displacer Cat form and getting multiple hits. Oh, that I don't know about. That's interesting. I love Tavern Brawler with Barbarian, though. I don't think Amira is that good in the first place. Misses constantly and eats all my heals. Not for me. Amiri has been the MVP in my playthrough for sure. For sure. All right. Here, we'll go with Mad Dog. It's fine. All right. And I guess we'll get, so what's better, the dog or the wolf? +2 natural armor. He's going to get, at 4th level, becomes medium. Strength +4. His dexterity goes down by 2. Constitution +2. Whereas with the wolf, at level 7, becomes large. Ooh, I like that. Strength +8. Dexterity -2. Constitution +4. +2 natural armor. And gains ferocity. Okay. Yeah, agreed. Amiri hits like a truck. Amiri is amazing. Amiri is super strong if you build her right. Get a Mastodon? I'm not getting a Mastodon. Wow, wait. Hold on. There's no way I'm doing Mastodon. Slam. Gaze trample. That's wild. Nah, we're not doing that. What does the Smilodon do? I remember the Smilodons being, the Smilodons get pounce. That's a big deal. Wow. Damn. Pounce is a big deal. Damn. But no, I'm not gonna be distracted. We're gonna go with the wolf. We'll go with the wolf. Improved trip is good mostly because it opens up better feats. Think the dog is slightly better than the wolf. I forget why, but I think it's the stats at level 7. Well, at level 7, the wolf becomes large. Yeah, they don't say anything about more progression beyond level 4 for the dog. And the wolf gets twice as much strength. And the wolf gets a bonus to a larger bonus to Constitution, and a bonus to natural armor. Yeah, it looks like the wolf is the way to go, and it's faster. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the wolf. Those Smilodons can carve you up nicely. Looks like it. All right, strength. Can she go 20? Let's see. You definitely need 14 here. You don't care about any of this, right? Charisma, you're not great at that. Oh, if I want to do, there's the whole thing where you can intimidate characters around you, right? I do want to do that at some point, but not right now. I need to get a 4 mobility, right? So she could use the defensive thing as well. She definitely ain't the smartest bulb in the socket either. We're gonna take that off. She wears medium armor. Does she need more Constitution? She is much better at hitting things if she never uses her sword. Give her something else like an axe. Yeah. She already has a two-handed great axe. Intimidating prowess. That way she can add strength to intimidation. Right, and then her charisma score doesn't matter. Yep, I remember that vaguely. Let's see. Does she need dex? She uses medium armor for the most part, right? So I think a little bit of dexterity still helps her, but I don't think a 16 in dexterity helps her. I gave her some dexterity because it's limited armor. Like +2 is fine. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. So yeah, I gave her 14. Is it bad I want to romance Amiri? I don't think it's bad at all. I think she definitely has her appeal. Oh yeah, we do get Ekandayu later on. I'm gonna have to figure out my party at that time because I'm definitely gonna want him since he's got the bow and he's gonna have the pet. And so you might be right. I might end up switching her to a different pet, or I might decide at that time, all right, look, by that point I'll go Invulnerable Rager. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe I'll only temporarily keep her as a mad dog and just switch her back to Invulnerable Rager later on. Have the muscle bombies. Muscle bombies don't bother me. Doesn't bother me at all. Okay. Now, let's see. Yeah, she doesn't need charisma. I don't want to dump wisdom, but I'm not going to increase it. That extra skill point, though, actually helps because she needs to get 3 mobility. And then she's got 2 more. I guess I could just take a 15 in dexterity and increase that later at some point. Echo with the Savage Bow Rocks. I wonder what class he is. Or have 3 classes that play Pokemon. Either way, we'll see. We shall see. All right. Next. Okay. What is... Oh, you can get Intimidated Prowess right off the bat? That's interesting. Add your Strength modifier to Persuasion skill when used to Intimidate checks in addition to Charisma modifier. So how does this work? You need to take Power Attack as well. And then what's the name of that freaking skill? Was that... Yeah, 4. Yeah, that's fine. There was a skill. Show unavailable. I don't remember what the name of that skill was. There was one that you augment summoning. Yeah, that's the one I already got. Okay. So I'm pretty sure Cleave is not all that great here. Oh, I forgot about those crane feats. Dazzling Display. There we go. So Dazzling Display, it requires a weapon focus. While wielding the weapon in which you have weapon focus, you can perform a bewildering show of prowess as a full round action. Make a Persuasion Intimidate check to demoralize all foes within 30 feet who can see your display. But what's the one? So wait, you get Dazzling Display first, but then there's another one you get that'll make it where it'll automatically do that. Is it Dreadful Carnage? Okay, so here we go. Whenever you reduce an enemy to 0 of your hit points, you can make a Persuasion Intimidate check to demoralize all enemies within 30 feet as a free action. Enemies that cannot see both you and the enemy you reduce to 0 of your hit points are unaffected. Which one is Cornigan Smash? I don't even see. Oh, here we go. When you damage an opponent with a power attack, you may make an immediate persuasion check as a free action to attempt to demoralize that opponent. That's cool, but no, this is the one. This other one is the one I wanted, Dreadful Carnage. So it requires, I already have the strength required, but I have to have Dazzling Display, Power Attack, and weapon focus. So weapon focus, Dazzling Display, Power Attack, and then we can take Dreadful Carnage. Now Dreadful Carnage is not going to be available until level 11, right? So I've got 2 feats now to work with. Okay, so I have plenty of time actually to get over there. Cornigan Smash is a single target version of Dreadful Carnage. Yeah, I never bothered to get Cornigan Smash. I don't care for Dreadful Carnage. Cornigan Smash outside of ranges and slayers. Dreadful Carnage needs power attack. That's like you take base attack bonus 9. Are there great bowls in Kingmaker? I'm pretty sure there are. So area of effect versus single boss. I prefer the area of effect version. So wait, the question also becomes, if I'm doing it that way, does it make sense for me to completely trash charisma? I could take off this point and then get this down to -1 to help out. But you know what? Her strength score is probably going to be massive anyway. So it shouldn't matter that much. I'm a dump that. I don't need that. We'll leave it as is. Hey, is it the same way here? Yeah, okay, it's the same either way. And I doubt I'm going to feel like she needs more constitution, so we'll let that go. All right, so she does need a weapon focus. Oh, wait a minute. Damn. There's one other problem. That means she doesn't have proficiency. What is prodigious two-hand weapon fighting? You may fight with a one-handed weapon in your offhand. In addition, you may use a strength score instead of your dexterity score for the purpose of qualifying for 2-weapon fighting and any feats with 2-weapon fighting as a prerequisite. Whoa, isn't that interesting? I just realized. So her bastard sword. I do not automatically. She doesn't automatically have proficiency with it, right? So I need to manually get proficiency. Does the oversized bastard sword scale well? Like she can use a bastard sword the whole playthrough, right? So wait, she has martial. She has shield, simple weapon, simple proficiency. She does not have. Okay, so exotic. Exotic is Elven. Doesn't have the following proficiencies: bastard sword, exotic. Okay, so here we go. Bastard sword, exotic. Interesting. So you can't just pick exotic weapon proficiency. You have to choose which specific exotic weapon you want access to. Well, no, she doesn't have. Right, no, she doesn't have it. She doesn't have bastard sword exotic proficiency. Is it her sword exotic? The bastard sword she has. Yeah, it is. What else is bad? Her bastard sword is unusable. That -2 to hit really sucks. But I assume at some point it's not going to suck so much. There's good bastard swords, but there are better weapons than the usual one. It's only worth using a lot later on. So regularly, bastard swords are martial weapons, but one-handing them is exotic. Oh, a character could use a bastard sword two-handed as a martial weapon without exotic proficiency. Oh, I see. Okay. So then she should already be able to wield it. No problem. Interesting. Okay. Well, then fine. What's up, Jupiter? In tabletop, okay. But in tabletop, bastard sword is technically an exotic weapon, but you can two-hand it with martial proficiency. Yeah, that seems to be the case. Can use a bastard sword two-handed as a martial weapon. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then we're good. There's another thing I wanted to. You may make a number of additional attacks of opportunity per round equal to your dexterity bonus. Yep, I definitely want that. Oh, and we also, I keep forgetting we need to get the outflank as well. Let's get weapon focus. For now, we're not gonna bother with the bastard sword. So it looks like we're gonna be using the great axe. We'll use the great axe for now, and then maybe later on, when we have Ekandayu, we can reassess and discover if we want to switch things up. You may cast a spell with the range of personal on your companion instead of on yourself. This ability does not allow the companion to share abilities that are not spells, even if they function like spells. Okay, that's interesting. All right, let's do that again. The -2 penalty from it being too big for. Take it a bastard sword on my paladin angel, get D10s and have a shield. Nice. They didn't implement the rules very well. I think you still need weapon proficiency for weapon focus, so that could suck if you need it as a prerequisite. True. I'll check to see if she can actually use her bastard sword. Oh, she gets another point. That's interesting. Oh yeah, well I definitely want perception, so we'll take that. And now she has pack tactics. And one more time. And now she only has 2, but that's okay. She will again take athletics, and this is the last point she needed in mobility. Beautiful. And now we'll take that, and that means she gets another feat. And go ahead, thank you. And she could now take power attack, but what did I take the first time? I took weapon focus, great axe, and I've got combat reflexes. Okay. Well, then fine. I guess she's not really ready to use power attack regularly, but I guess that doesn't matter because she needs power attack, she needs dazzling display, and then corner gets smashed will be taken at level 11. She's also going to need outflank at some point, but I guess we're not ready for that either. When is outflank available? Outflank comes around at base attack bonus 4. So that'll be the next feat. So you know what? I guess we'll go ahead and take power attack, because then maybe by level 5 we'll probably be ready to start using it. They need to make her Titan Mauler. Nice. She is level 3 and wrecking everything. Your MVP at the moment. Nice. Oh, and you use the ginormous sword. Nice. Okay. Shouldn't I be able to level up her pet? Don't I have to manually level her pet? Maybe that comes later. All right, this is me. That way she'll be reducing penalties for oversized weapons. That would be helpful. Let me actually check something real quick. Is your inventory still good? No. So there we go. And you weren't wearing any, you were wearing armor. There you go. There's your armor. And that is it for you. Okay, cool. Now, boom, 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 boom. Master Summoner. What do you get at level 3? Well, you could take one of those. That's fine. Boon Companion. No archetype. We shouldn't need that. What did I take the first time? Extra evolution. Eldritch Heritage. When do I get more extra evolution? What is required for that? Evolved Companion. Extra evolution. 2. Summoner level, so level 5, level 10, 15, 20. That's the way it works. That's interesting. Okay. So he doesn't need to do anything for his summon right now. So here's my other question. Aren't there other summoning related feats? I swear oh, here we go. Superior summoning. Each time you cast a summoning spell that conjures more than one creature, add 1 to the total number of creatures summoned. The only issue is, oh wait, okay, I think we're about to get Summon Monster 2, and I think Summon Monster 2 gives me more than 1 summon. So I think we should be good on that. Okay. And I propose waiting to weapon proficient Amiri until later. Instead, focus on other two-handed swords. Yeah, I'm not going to use the Bastard Sword for now. In Kingmaker, you can't level or customize pets. Oh, it's all automated? Oh, wow, okay. Ride the Righteous made a big deal during their Kickstarter that you could choose companion archetypes and give them barding. Oh, okay. That's interesting. So we definitely want to keep you with natural armor. Oh, here we go. Extra attack. You gotta have at least 2 unused points. Interesting. Okay, so I'm not doing anything new there. Claws, and again, improve natural armor for every 5 levels. Can spend 1 additional evolution point to increase armor bonus by 2. That's interesting. And then get that, improve natural armor, and that's all she wrote for you. And then this is more spells. I guess I'll take. You know what? This should work. Magic Fang gives all natural weapons, right? This should work for my Eidolon. And old girl already has magic armor, so I don't need to worry about that. So yeah, we'll take that. And then we got Summon Master 2, and bam.
I stand ready.
Okay, so we get access to both. And then Summon Master 2 summons a wolf, or you can summon 1 to 3 dogs. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So most likely I'm not gonna use this at all. We can go ahead and get rid of this. And then this is the one that I'll use in the future. Beautiful. And then you, what's up with my Arcanist? Trickery for sure. And then, yep, Yep, that and that. Okay. And then what did we already work on? We were trying to make it so that we could shoot our blast with no problem, right? So I guess we'll take point blank shot. Sure. And then 2 more of these. Nothing here really moves me. I guess we'll take... Yeah, this is just personal. So if I'm going to take that, I might as well take that. And here, I'll take that as well for whatever, even though it doesn't really help, but fine. I like the dog summon build. It's just the 300 crude hounds and 40k meme. Yep, keep going with cleric and then Lord Religion for sure. And then what else goes for him? Greater spell focus. Oh, he already has a spell focus? He comes with a spell focus? Spell focus in what though? It just says choose a school of magic, spell focus anything. What did he choose? Oh, and he's already got improved initiative. Isn't that interesting? He also gets something here. Bonded object. It allows him to restore a spell. Okay. Oh, he definitely... I think selective channel is a must, honestly. So we'll go ahead and take that. Oh, and you got a new round of spells. Some of them very useful as well. Look at you. We'll deal with spell books in just a minute. Let's go with Lindsay. Gotta let the dogs out. Pets are really nice, but with the Master Summoner, if you are wandering around with like 20 or more creatures, there's a problem. We'll see. I sure hope it works that way. Because the only thing is, those summons don't follow you around. And they don't let you... they don't let you overwrite the summon you already have. So sometimes you'll start a fight with a summon way back and no way to just throw out another one. That's the only thing that kind of trips me up about this. We'll see how it works out. You are my bard. I know eventually I'm gonna... Okay, so I got lingering presence for you in the first one. And this is... Oh, you're at a new rank of inspired competence? Look at that. This game beyond the third. That's interesting. But why? Inspire oh, that's inspired courage. Oh, this is my first time getting inspired competence. Oh, so you get inspired competence later. Interesting. +2 competence bonus on all skill checks. Okay. Now, what am I focusing on more? I think she's gonna be focused on enchantment. So I could go for spell focus, but she's also going to be decent with a bow. Oh, you get extra performance. That's interesting. At level 3, I feel like the spells she has for enchantment aren't that useful right now, though. So you know what? We'll go with precise shot for now. Classic Dirge is such a weird archetype to me. I get it's a more caster-focused cleric. It gets more domain powers, but I struggle with Tristian in early years. I always respected him as an OG cleric. I never had an issue with it, but then again, I didn't expect much from him like during combat. To me, he's the one providing buffs and setting us up to really do well in combat. Oh, you know what? We already have sleep. If I focused on, I could get spell focus and it'll make sleep and frankly also hideous laughter more powerful. That's interesting. I do want her focusing on enchantment, but you know, she's not she's not going to get a crazy amount of spell slots right now to just be able to throw things out. So, you know what, for now, I'm going to leave it as is. I'll leave it as is. Here, we'll do that. She already got healing, right? Yeah. Ominous, you know, laughter, cool. And then one more. Girl, you're lucky I ain't got a choice but to keep you around, because I really don't want to. Knowledge world. I gave her point of persuasion. She don't need persuasion. Oh, she gets nothing in perception though. Yeah, let's just do that. And abilities. Do you have any? So you have no dexterity. Interesting. Enchantment, spell focus plus hideous laughter is always hilarious. She could take weapon focus option. Actually, though, she should probably be taking dodge. I almost want to just take her down the monk line of feats. How does that work? Is it improved unarmed strike? Why isn't dodge an option? Shouldn't dodge already be available? Oh, you have to have a dexterity of 13. Okay, so she's not going down that monk line of feats at all. All right, well, let that go. Boom. Don't need dexterity if you're using heavy armor. This is true. I was just thinking about getting some of those monk feats to make her more tanky, but it's fine. Dodge these 13 dex. Yeah, I see. All right, well, she's using longsword. I'll just give her weapon, focus on longsword, and just be done with it. Again, she ain't staying in my party, so whatever. Whatever. Oh, that's right. She gets a teamwork feat. She cannot take outflank yet, though. Ooh. Let's see. Hold on. Whenever you attempt a trip combat maneuver, nah. I wish I already missed being able to manually level up my dog, because I was thinking of getting tandem tripping, doing some other things. Distracted charge. When your ally with this feat uses a charge action and hits, you gain a +2 bonus on your next attack roll against the target of that charge. That's interesting. Shake it off. 12. I would go for 12 dexterity as well. The +1 would help. What is Swarm Scatter? For each ally who has this feat, gain a +1 bonus to AC. As long as you have this bonus, you are immune to the swarm attack. Wow. And distraction ability of rat swarms. Well, that's a little late. Wonder if there's a mod that can let you manually level your pets. Good question. I have no idea. What is bond in mind? Personal spells. Okay. I'll just take distracting charge. Sure. Whatever. I'm not crazy about any of this. Bonus on concentration check. Shouldn't care about that. Let's go. Ooh, spiteful tenacity. What's that? Receives die hard feat for free. Ooh. When your hit point total is below 0, but you are not killed, you can fight on for one more round as if disabled. Nice. Promise me that you won't dip one level into Scale Fist. I'm so sick and tired of every guy that ready for you following this around. Yeah, no. Looks like we won't be doing anything monk related in this run, honestly. So no, you don't have to worry about that. All right, let's save that. And then let's go ahead and rest.
We march ahead.
Nice. I didn't have to set anything up. Just automatically worked. Beautiful. And we go here. And I already talked to all of you. As well. Okay, and now, actually, let's leave that with you as well. And then we can go. And then we have the correct squad, so let's go. Beautiful. I am using the Call of the Wild mod that adds a bunch of classes and also fixes some of the bugs with classes. Yes, my snake has arms, Wes. It's a protean. All right, now we're level 3. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, what is this? Endless Plain, someone, Manticore. For all I know, it's yet another thing that I'm not good enough to do. I think I'm gonna wait until level 4 before I start really roaming around to some of these places and putting foot to behind. Let's go down there and let's avoid that if we can. All right, sneaking is not our forte. It's okay. It's all right.
You make an epic pose. I need
Who's this?
inspiration.
Is it just 2 of y'all? Looks like it. No, don't do that. Don't do that, homie. We're not interested in that. Beautiful. I already feel better. Already feel better. Lovely. I prefer the coil myself, but that's just an aesthetic choice. Would you recommend the Skull class for Wrath of the Righteous beginner run? If your party is melee heavy, Skull classes is one of the most powerful buffers in the entire game. In part because it'll allow everyone who's a melee combatant to, when they charge, they could do a full attack. So usually when you charge, you could only hit once, but if you have what's called Pounce, which Skull can give to your entire party, it'll allow it so that when they charge, they'll do as many attacks as they possibly can. And for some characters, if they're using classes where they get their full attack bonuses, their full attack is like 4, 5, maybe even 6 attacks all in one. And so being able to do that every time you charge is extremely powerful. You will absolutely light up enemies with it. But if your party is mostly ranged, Scald, it's still cool, but it's not going to be nearly as beneficial to you. Yep, it can get very crazy, Dave. Very, very crazy. For sure. All right, you all. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. I actually have to get up in the morning and take care of some things. So I need to get a decent night's rest. But I thoroughly enjoyed this. I hope you all did as well. I definitely plan to be back on tomorrow evening. So if you haven't already, make sure you either follow me on Twitch and or subscribe to me over on YouTube. Man, it is great to be back at the Pathfinder. I am having an absolute ball. And once I finish with this first act, I'm looking forward to doing some more content on the channel. I'll definitely be doing some guides and things to make you all's Kingmaker experiences a little bit easier. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I hope all of you enjoyed this stream, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Night, Volk. Night, Wes. Take care, Keck. You all have a good night. Yep. Take care, Dave. Night, Thor. I always wanted to do a Battle Scion run. Inverse Skull. Nice. Probably be a good time. You all have a good evening. Remember, she could use her teamwork feats alone. Yep. I remember. She's got the solo tactics option. I will not forget. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.